Welcome in to this session of the Goats of Wrath campaign. We are getting relatively close to the end, but let's see who's going to make it there first. Brief bit of things. Recently released the latest reimagined class, which is available on DM's Guild. Link will be in the description. And yeah, there's two others as well. But let's catch everyone up with where we were. Last time out, in an act of incredible bravery, Balthazar managed to actually make it to Videlis, despite him being surrounded by a relative swarm of demons, and revive the commander of the Citadel. And following that, an incredible effort to hold the line, and all of you stay alive, and keep Videlis alive despite being on one hit point. You even managed to slay the powerful Marilith that had been in the demon army in quite impressive style, I might add, by Faendal. Just as things were looking bleak, though, reinforcements led by Kyla Balmont, the one of the guild masters, and Lady Andromeda of Bane, Nyah's crush, idol, I don't know, arrived and swiftly rushed in to stem the tide of battle, allowing you to go after the sphere that had somehow been taken out of the vault beneath the Citadel. Thanks to Balthazar's innate sense of radar for the spheres, Faendal was able to spot the wayfaring strangers stepping through a pair of Dimension Door spells, holding on to the sphere. And so a chase began. A chase that ended rather quickly, considering some of you have incredible speed to make up 200 feet in a round. A running duel of spells, trickery, and athletics checks that somehow continually ended in draws. Ended with many of you standing on the north wall of the Citadel, just close enough to see through the darkness. The wayfaring strangers hand over the sixth and final sphere to Zenodis, sitting astride his steed of skulls and flame. Without hesitation, you jumped into the fray, ignoring your wounds and exhaustion. Nyah specifically charging straight for the vampire that had been at the centre of this entire story. And we pick up at the top of initiative order. Nyah, you stare at this ancient evil, entropic power radiating from him. The radiant power that is sitting within your blade, feeling suppressed by the sheer presence of his existence. Zenodis looks down from atop his mount, an incredulous grin exposes the long fangs hidden beneath. Impetuous. We're going to jump straight in. Zenodis, holding this one sphere, places it down in a slight depression in the saddle of this mount, and it just seems to sit there, weighty, held by its presence. He's got his dark, ice-coated sword in one hand, and he lashes out with his free hand, long talons ripping towards you. It's cocked. That is a 26.
I hit.
With this unarmed strike, he just grabs you around the throat and lifts you off Electo.
Thank you. In a bad way.
What is the energy?
Panic humor.
Carlos humor.
I love it. And he just bores his eyes into you before thrusting his sword towards your gut.
And it bounces off.
Not with a natural 18. For 31?
Yeah, I think that just about hit.
No, he's got the same attack bonus I have.
You take
0.
14 slashing damage. More piercing at this point, but as this blade goes straight through your armor, cleaving it apart, and ice coats around the outside. And
Oh, not the end.
At the end. Can we skip the
10
end?
necrotic damage.
Oh.
And I fall unconscious.
You watch. Who's close enough, actually?
Jeez, you at him with less than 20 health.
Balthazar, from your position, Rambear with your perception as well, you see that the blood that starts like spouting forth from this chest wound that Nyah has, stomach wound almost, the blood seeps into the ice that coats the blade, and you see the ice shards just get longer along the edge, as if the blade has been empowered by it.
Balthazar is horrified.
As Nyah goes to 0, he is going to pull Nyah with him and instruct his mount to go after what's left. I need the Blood Hunter and Electo to make Constitution saving throws. You are pulled out of the range of this, Nyah, by him, as a 15-foot cone of dark necrotic fire bellows from this creature's flaming mouth.
Electra rolled a 6.
A 6. I will say his haste has also failed, so he might start falling.
Yeah, that's
The Blood Hunter gets a 19, so succeeds. Electo takes 32 points of necrotic damage. The Blood Hunter takes
32.
8.
I think that's Electra going down.
That's exact.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
exact.
god.
Does Electo disapparate or fall?
He
Just
disapparates.
operates, yeah.
I will also say, here's the fun part. The Blood Hunter was holding on to Electo's saddle.
Oh, so they got at least.
So they fall.
I'm so happy I did this, guys.
The walls are not that low.
Worth it.
So they also take... They take 32 points of bludgeoning damage as they fall. Amazingly, still alive. And the mount with Zenodis and Nyah being grappled begin to move away as Electo is done.
Oh, so he's not just like killed you, he's taking you with him.
Maybe he wants to bury me somewhere pretty, you know? Maybe he's like impressed.
Next up,
Maybe he wants to dump you in the river so that you can't get revivified.
he is about... I'm keeping him on the map, but he is about 30 feet out from the wall, and about 10 feet up diagonally. He is not losing eye contact with any of you. But, Thrungi, it is your turn.
Is the map up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, not working for me.
You put a capital R in first.
Yeah, just one try for me. Cool. Am I still all the way back here? Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
you kept slowing down to take pot shots.
Well, I guess sprinting.
I will also say while you're doing this, the 3 remaining ones that are on the wall of the Wayfaring Strangers still seem intent on murdering you.
Can I?
I mean, I'm sorry, close the jump down.
I'm going to dash to. I think I can get to here. The squares don't
Yeah,
line
they don't
up.
line up. I've been fiddling with it all week, and for some reason, despite it having the same column and rows as when I built it in Incarnate, it doesn't line up.
Fine. Get to there, and then am I able to hold a bonus action to rage if somebody tries to hurt me?
Rules as written, no. Rule of cool, absolutely.
Cool, then that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Basically, he's just kind of psyching himself up and just getting ready to go, but not there yet because he can't hit anyone.
I will say if it's someone you see, just in case someone pulls a surprise attack or something against you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, that ends your turn. It is now the Ranger's turn. He's used that already, which means he doesn't really have a lot. Seeing you move up, though, Thrungi, from his position of half cover, he is going to shoot at you twice with his longbow.
Bring it.
So you instantly rage at that point.
Yeah.
He does not have advantage because you have it reckless. That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits her.
Rubbish damage. 9 piercing damage.
Yep.
And a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Does not hit. He
He
uses
kind of
his,
just raises his axe and just whips it and cuts the arrow in half.
nice. He uses his bonus action. He shifts a little bit round the corner, still keeping himself in cover. But that ends his rubbish ass turn. I keep feeling he can do sharpshooter. Balthazar, you're up.
Okay.
Actually,
am I close enough? Okay.
At the end of the Ranger's turn, Xenodus is going to use a legendary action.
Ugh.
And as you watch Balthazar, as you start sprinting towards Nyah for, I assume, to heal or something to that effect, you see him lift up Nyah's limp, lifeless body in one hand. His blood, and he sinks his teeth into Nyah's neck as he uses his bonus action to make a bite attack. It is an automatic hit, it's an automatic crit. Nyah, you fail 2 death saves. And can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please, Nyah?
I like how you're letting her do that.
Okay.
It's still her internal immune system.
Oh.
My immune system says 15.
Okay.
I mean,
With the whole
could you have
guy.
inspiration for her having charged directly at the BBG when
Wait,
she was
wait,
on 18 health?
No, I don't.
Does she not have inspiration still or not?
No, she used it.
At last.
Yeah, I'm doing great, guys.
Um,
I'm just pretending to sleep, and I'm gonna, like, wake up, stab him. It's great. Part of the plan.
Doing that. No, that is. Yeah, that is the legendary action. Balthazar, what do you want to do?
Can I get close enough to fire a healing word at Nyah, please?
What is the range on healing word?
60 feet, plus 30 feet of movement, and
You got more than 30 feet of
What?
movement.
You got it.
40 feet, and I do have a key point if I need it for dash.
You can definitely do that. As I say, he was about 30 feet off the wall. So you got 40 feet of movement?
Yep.
And then 60-foot range. Yeah, if you move up to about
Plenty,
there,
yeah.
I'd say you definitely can do that.
Plenty. Right. 6 hit points.
Nyah has 6 hit points.
You're alive now.
Can I just...
Just in time to
I'm-
smite.
I'm not opening my eyes yet. Okay, I'm playing dead. If that's possible.
I assume on your turn you might have to make a deception.
Yeah.
You also
Yeah,
might
maybe-
be familiar with the spell healing word.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, it didn't work.
I was gonna say, I'm just making sure.
Does Healing Word have any visual effects?
No, but you have to
It's still
use the word.
there are still components.
You've said it. It's got verbal components.
Yeah, he'll hear
He
it.
is also a vampire, which are alpha predators and can hear when someone's heart starts beating again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No.
In case you wanted to do anything with this, Sarah, I just want to spare Nyah's like definite demise.
Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
That is it. Did I need to use the key point or not?
No, you didn't. Standard 40 feet of movement got you there.
Great. That's it.
And even then, you wouldn't have had to because you would have dashed as an action and bonus action spell. So.
Oh yeah, healing was bonus action. Good point.
Would you like to do anything now you remember that?
So you can bolt. What's it called? Frostbolt? No.
You could Ray of Frost if you wanted to.
Ray of Frost.
Can I?
Yeah.
Because
It's a cantrip and an action.
I don't know about doing it against. I don't know about doing it against a vampire.
Could be.
Okay.
I'll do it against the bard to my left.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Make an attack roll.
Smart play.
14.
14 does not hit, I'm afraid.
No.
He just sees it coming and just ducks low into a bit of a power chord slide. It's not a great one, I will be honest. He's a bit clumsy with it. Is that the end of your turn?
That is, yeah.
He's not happy about that. So with his third legendary action... Ooh, that's weird. Yeah, with his third legendary action, he is going to stab Nyah again with his sword.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
He had... Interestingly, even with those rolls, doesn't hit. You don't have haste on you
No.
now, so you're down to 23.
Yeah.
But I did roll quite poorly. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Let me check something. Nope, never mind, you're fine.
You're fine.
Okay. I will actively ask you this, because it does matter. Are you playing dead, or not?
Well, I've not opened my eyes. And
Okay.
I haven't moved.
Okay.
So yes.
In that case, I'm going to give him advantage on that. Because you are not actively trying to defend yourself.
Which means the first hit misses.
This was him rolling a legendary action.
But you rolled 2.
I've rolled 2 dice. That is a natural 19. I'm not going to bother rolling damage.
You should have just said, I grabbed the sword.
But you also see, once again reducing Nyah to unconscious, the ice on the blade just grows even further.
Stop being so dramatic.
Wait, stop that again.
That was his third legendary action, and Nyah is back unconscious, but
Not dead,
crucially, not a wasted spell, because it resets her death saves. So that is important. But after Balthazar, it is now the Druid's turn.
What the dramatic.
The Druids. The Druid is going to shift, having seen Balthazar attempt to heal the creature. Balthazar, can you make me a Constitution saving throw? As the tiefling that is the Druid and this blazing, like, motes of starlight all over them, thrusts a black ichor-covered hand towards you.
4.
4. You take
A lot of damage.
You take 37 points of necrotic damage.
Balthazar collapses as well.
Fuck.
Balthazar is unconscious.
Rambear, do you still have a scroll?
Emma can't hear you now.
I know.
That was a thumbs up. That was a thumbs up.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, as the motes of starlight are along their arms in archer form, is going to make a ranged spell attack against Thrungi. For a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 10 points of radiant damage.
Yep.
And that ends the druid's turn. After the druid, it is Nyah. Nyah, I need you to make a death save for me.
Okay.
And not tell anyone.
Okay. How do I do it again?
If you want to do it digitally, roll it at the DM. I'm not looking at that digital
You want
thing.
Roll it at self, and it won't show as well. You've got
Oh.
DM self.
Or you just want to get a dice.
No, it's okay. Is it a D20?
No, but if you roll it, other people are going to be able to see it.
No, but I can choose.
Oh, roll
Choose
it at the DM.
roll it down.
Oh,
Are you keeping it
oh,
secret from
Stealth.
Gethin? That would be funny.
Okay.
I want
Okay,
to get
okay.
secret from me as well.
Oh, what do I roll?
I don't want that.
It's above a 10, you get a success.
No.
Below a 10, you get a failure.
10 or higher.
Yeah. 10, no, it's 11 or higher, isn't
It's
it?
10 or
Okay.
higher. You have a 55% chance of a success. Slightly weighted
Oh,
in your
cool.
favour.
Nice. Don't tell anyone.
Okay.
But, Nyah, what moment from Nyah's past flashes before her eyes?
The moment when she first joined the guild with the rest of the party members, and they all collectively sought to protect the people, the Paladin of all the lands.
Okay. After Nyah, it is Bard. He doesn't like that there's a hulking great barbarian coming towards him. He's got a better idea, though. No, he doesn't. He's going to use his second hold person casting. Can I have range on birds? 60 foot, yes. Can I have Thrungi and Rambear please roll wisdom saving throws?
No, not the bear. $16.
16? Thrungi?
19.
19. You both feel something pressing on your mind, trying to lock up your muscles. Thrungi, you muscle through it and shake it off. But Rambear, you are paralyzed.
Is this such bullshit? Because I have a +10 to my wisdom saving throws. How could I not pass this?
Do you have inspiration?
No, I used it. Can I have more inspiration?
Rambear, you are paralyzed. At the end of your next turn, you can repeat the save to end. Faendal. Actually, the Bard is going to keep moving away because he doesn't like how close he is and wants to get behind cover. So he's going to hide there. And end his turn. Faendal, you're up.
I am going to attempt to rescue Nyah, I guess, with Bigby's hand. I'm going to move up against the wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And try and... Can I grab Nyah?
It will be a contested grapple with Xenodis because he is currently grappling her himself. But you can certainly try.
Spell as written says that it's contested with Nyah, so... But yeah, okay. Contested grapple. She's essentially an item at this point.
Yes.
Jeez.
Jeez.
I just like the spell as written
Yes.
is that I'm grappling her.
I mean, you could functionally automatically win and grapple it. The moment you then try to pull away, you are then fighting Xenodis.
Contested grapple check against Xenodis.
I will tell you this. Regardless, you are both now holding her. It's just whether you can pull her away. I'll give that. That seems entirely fair.
Yeah. Sorry. What is it? Plus 8. Plus 8. Okay. Test grapple. Plus 8. Oh, that's pretty solid. 26.
26 beats his 20. You wrest Nyah away. How far can Bigby move on a turn?
60.
60. So he was about 40 feet away from the wall, so it's used most of its movement to even get there, but it can pull her about 10 feet away from him by moving the rest of its movement back.
Excellent. Thank you. I will say, in the effort of fairness, it is an object, but it does have an AC.
Yes.
So, opportunity attack, I assume, is a thing.
Yeah, he's not happy about that. But he... I'll tell you what, it actually provokes 2 attacks of opportunity, because there's 2 creatures there.
Yeah, but he'd only get one.
Because she's forced removal.
No, as in, there is his steed, and there is Xenodis, that you're both triggering opportunity attacks against.
But that's both on the hand.
On the hand, yeah, Nyah can't get tackled.
The hand,
Yeah,
But if the hand goes down, Nyah is through. If the hand goes down, Nyah...
Well,
rolls-
unless it destroys the hand and you drop Nyah.
Xenodis rolls a 24 to hit.
It does hit.
Since it's an... Does it have any resistances?
It does not.
Okay. This is gonna hurt.
Does he get an auto crit on objects?
No. It
Oh,
takes 24 slashing damage.
Okay.
Yes, I can do that. And 17 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then his steed lashes out with
And
one of
rolls
its
an
ebon wrapped claws.
It rolls in that one.
Rolls a natural 16 for a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
For 15 slashing damage.
And that's it?
That is it.
The hand is still up.
Bigby's hand has a lot of health. Damn.
It has the same max health as the person.
I just
my health.
Yeah, whoa.
Which,
So it's-
with Faendal, it's not great.
It's not
Could be better.
feeling amazing, but the hand is still up.
That's
That
the
was-
important thing, the hand survive.
and is getting away.
It is 10 feet away from a person who wants to send a message. Is that the end of your turn, Faendal? Do you want to move anywhere? Any bonus? Any action? Bonus action?
I've already moved. Bonus action. Can I create item? A middle finger.
Sure.
No,
A small stone figurine of a middle finger.
No, because it's a concentration spell, so Bigby will drop. But can Bigby's hand, as it goes away, just like...
Yeah, it's got like Nyah in there. Yes, absolutely. At the end of your turn, it is the Bloodhunter's turn, who does not have any ranged options, and so is going to rage try and climb the wall, like using a battle axe as like a Lara Croft hook.
Oh, they managed to hook... Are they still falling, or are they just trying to catch?
No, they have fallen. They're looking pretty beaten up, but somehow still alive. But definitely a broken leg, and they don't seem to care. But with even with +9 on athletics, a 12 doesn't really get them that far up the wall. So the Bloodhunter is not doing much after doing a dumb decision. But hey, here we are, Rambear. You are paralyzed.
Yeah. about conditions in general. How would it go down if I were to end my turn, but hold my action until I was no longer paralyzed? I see
It's
the
an
shocking.
It's an action to hold your action.
Yeah.
I take my action. Oh my.
And you currently have no actions because you're incapacitated.
Ooh, that's cruel. What if I had a spell that had no herbal or somatic or physical components?
No such spell
You
exists.
you physically cannot move.
So technically I could still use my feats, but I think, unless we had a break that I don't know about, I'm out of spirit totems, so... Rambear lies there like a fish.
At the end of it, well, you're still standing upright.
Oh, is Rambear a bear or a bird?
Rambear never changed. Rambear's still in bird form.
Oh, okay, then yeah, you did fall to the ground.
I'm already at the ground. I'm shielding Faendal.
Ah, that was it. Okay, at the
And
end of your turn,
moved from it.
roll me a wisdom save, please.
Oh shit, no, for this I use my own wisdom.
Yes. Mental stats are yours.
Sometimes I wish it could be more like a 25. Fuck
25. You break free of the hold person. And the bard is like behind the wall, like fuck. At the end of Rambear's turn, we jump to the top of the initiative order again, and it is Zenodis's turn. Okay. Where's the thing I want? Let's see if he gets his breath back. He doesn't. He is that mean. He looks out at all of you, sheaths the blade, rears the mount around. You can keep her. I have what I need. Just, I hope you realise how futile you really are. Let this be a message. You have no hope. And I have no mercy. And he points a finger, and you see the spheres that are orbit him, motes of energy fall off them towards his hand, coalesce, and shoot a beam of crackling energy towards the hand. I need Bigby's hand to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm not sure it can. Oh, it can. It has a dexterity of 10. It's a straight roll. Normally this would be a good roll, but I'm worried it won't be. Because it's him. So 15.
Not good enough, I'm afraid. Six, 8, 10. Low rolls. 10, 14, 25. Bigby's hand takes 69 points of force damage.
Hello. That would have killed it at full. Good to know that at a whim he can one-shot me. That's very reassuring.
As
Don't know
he
what-
casts Disintegrate at Bigby's hand, and Nyah falls.
I have a question. How high was it?
About 10,
10 foot up from
10
the
foot
wall.
up from the wall, so it's about an 80-foot drop.
Okay, how far away from the wall was it?
Well, I moved back 10 feet. It was about 40 feet, so about 30 feet.
20, 30 feet, yeah.
I was hoping the arc might get her onto the wall.
I'm afraid not. Nyah,
Bigby's hand doesn't move that fast.
fall. I will.
I knew I'd regret not having Featherfall.
You will take a death save. Roll me a d20.
Oh, it's not an auto crit though, because it's not a hit.
It's just a single death save. But roll me a d20, because this determines how close you land to a very angry blood hunter.
That's a nat 20.
A nat 20.
Lands in a tree.
There are no
He doesn't
trees,
notice.
but with a nat 20, there is definitely, I think, a valuable effect. You see Balthazar, Faendal, you're closest to the wall. You see Nyah's body begin to fall towards the river.
Balthazar sees nothing.
That's a good point. Balthazar's unconscious. Sorry. Faendal, you see Nyah's body begin to fall straight towards the river. And then, whether through divine providence, sheer dumb luck, or some other factor of physics from Bigby's motion, she lands on a small rocky outcropping in the water, landing. It's definitely broken some bones, if she is still alive, but she is crucially not in the water, nor is she on the actual mass of earth that the citadel is on and where the blood hunter is.
So she's kind of here.
Xenodis at that point pulls away, his mount dashes, and he is disappearing into the darkness. Thrungi, it is your turn.
Okay, right. 1, 2.
As he leaves, while you're doing that, you just hear him quietly in all of your ears. Mourn her wasted life. It will be a fitting end to your pathetic existence.
Alright, I think I can get to here based on how the clicks have worked.
Sure, I fully believe you.
If I couldn't, I was going to ask if I could do an acrobatics and jump off this little wall here to jump to here.
Probably. But yes, you can definitely get to the bard. With your movement speed, I think, from where you were, it's fine.
And then I've hit me twice.
Go for it. You going reckless?
Hell yes.
Go for it.
Wow, that's abysmal. 18.
Still hits. He's a bard!
You know. For 21 points of damage.
Okay. You just cleave like through his shoulder and across his torso.
The second one isn't much better. It's a 19.
Still hits.
The other one was a 2.
I knew I should have given him shield.
For another 21 points of damage.
How do you want to take this guy down?
Oh, I just cleaved straight through his chest. Going through. What instrument does he have?
A lute.
I literally just cleave through the lute, cut the cord, doing a horrendous discord as I just go through it. And the lute just explodes into pieces as I go through it.
You notice, as you land the killing blow, and like you're halfway through cleaving through, you see the eyes that have been kind of glassy, and a slight kind of
Vacant expression.
Thank you, suddenly snap to, as an element of shock appears across the face before lights are out. Anything else you want to do in your turn?
Well, that's it for the thing I've got.
Okay. Bard is gone. Ranger's turn.
There's an angry dwarf coming towards him. cutting through his allies.
I've got the Druid to kill yet.
None of you are concentrating on anything that would make him go there. But there is also an eagle.
The eagle was just paralyzed, so it's only done that. I'm like hanging off the edge of the side. Depends on how much you trust the druid to take care of it, I suppose.
They don't trust each other or anything. He is going to... Oh. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He is relatively intelligent. Faendal.
Surely it do not seem like a threat.
He's going to take a shot at you.
Oh.
Does a 12 hit you?
Yes.
My last spell slot. Shield. One last first level spell.
He rolled a 2. Okay, in that instance, he's then going to fire his second shot at Thrungi. Frustrated that that didn't work. And rolls the same fucking thing. It went 22.
Do you know how Thrungi saves this one?
Go on.
He holds the head of the bard and the arrow goes into the head.
Okay.
Followed by him just doing this. Just drops it and you just hear a large wet thump on the floor and he just holds the axe out and points it at him.
And the ranger is going to back up away from you. That is the end of the ranger's turn. Balthazar, I need you to make me a death save. And not tell me. And what memory flashes before your eyes?
A collage of training and diving into the lake in Andat.
The memories
Thing
of your
less
childhood
morbid.
friends and
Yep.
the place you grew up and those clear waters filter through your dying mind. It is now the druid's turn. Druid doesn't have much, but crucially can back up without provoking an attack of opportunity. So he's going to. But crucially, you get the feeling you're faster. He is going to fire a guiding bolt at you. As you see one of the motes of starlight around him fling towards you. You went reckless, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, actually, hold on. Ranger had advantage on you. Would have been a 25 to hit you from the ranger.
Yeah, that would hit me then.
Go
You go back to the
through
ranger.
goes through the bard's head.
Yeah, it does go through the bard's head. But the bard's head does reduce a lot of the damage, as you only take 9 piercing damage, halved to 4.
Yep.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please. Which should be fine for you.
28.
28, you are fine. But Guiding Bolt coming at you for a 24 to hit.
Uh-huh.
$25 points of radiant damage.
25.
25. And then, because he's panicked, he just saw you take down an ally. Or is he that mean? No, there is an element of panic to him. He will fire his other shot at you. It's bonus action shot. For a... Yep. For a 19 to hit.
Well, it hits, but I'm just confused how he's got a bonus action to shoot.
Starlight Druid Archer form.
Ah.
You take 8 radiant damage.
Okay, I'm still standing.
Cool.
Just.
That is the end of his turn. Nyah, I need you to make a death saving throw, please.
This could potentially be crucial and we don't know. Don't tell us if you
No.
die.
We will find out when and if someone gets to Nyah.
We'll find out when she stops rolling death saves.
I'm going to keep asking her to roll death saves. Because I have no idea. We could be 7 rounds in.
Okay.
And what memory flashes before your eyes this time?
The first time I walked into the underground temple to Matuya, because it was unexpected. I remember, it flash that goes through is the sudden grandeur of it, and finding an entire civilization based on a faith that she thought was the only one that upheld it.
The city
Just-
of Drow beneath the mountain range.
I just want to say that if we were 7 rounds in, she would definitely not have to roll anymore.
Yeah, I know, but I would still be asking her to. Is my point.
Well, no, you could just ask her to stop because either way, it doesn't now matter.
Yes, but it's more fun.
Keep rolling.
At the end of Nyah's turn, it is the Bard's turn. Faendal, you're up.
He's into
Bad gurgles some blood. So the arrow comes at me, I turn around, blast my shield. How
Yep.
dare you? I'm angry now. I go into a rage. Can I rage? Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
you can rage, doesn't do anything. He pulls his shirt apart like Hulk.
No,
Signal-
it doesn't find he does it. It's
Well,
not like buttons.
dead. Nyah seems legitimately dead.
I'm gonna storm towards them, scare like angry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like actually, storming towards them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna do a bolt at the ranger.
He has
Good for my-
cover.
It doesn't matter. I
Keep
don't
forgetting
care.
that. He's taking cover. It doesn't do anything.
Oh, it rolled over the nat 20. It rolled over the nat 20. Oh, that was
Still a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
It literally like hovered above the nat 20 though. I was so excited. 18.
As you hit
Uh-oh.
him, you realise that no one's actually hit this guy yet. So he takes it, but is still doing relatively alright.
It's and then you better still have that scroll, just like angrily.
Is that the end of your turn?
Not angry. I'm not angry at Rambear. I want to clarify. Not angry at Rambear. Rambear's been amazing. We love Rambear. I'm panicked and angry at these guys. So
I am
Nyah's
gonna-
dead. Yeah, man, dead. Get to the wall. Use the scroll.
With the end of Faendal's turn, it's Bloodhunter's turn. I'm going to roll a perception check for them to see whether they can have noticed Nyah. With a natural
How would-
20, they are aware of Nyah.
How
and
would they
begin to
notice a
head
giant bolt of
towards-
metal?
Too shiny.
How would they notice a giant glowing bolt of metal hitting a rock? How? I don't know. It's so inconspicuous.
And now has to make an athletics check against the rather fast-flowing river. Not a great roll. By the way, Nyah is slightly further out than this.
Yeah.
So they get part way towards Nyah and are swimming out.
Maybe they're gonna help him.
That is the end of their turn. Rambear.
How far away is Nyah? Like, how far down?
So the wall is about 60 foot tall.
Yeah.
So on the angle, let's call it 90, 100-ish feet. If you get to the edge of the wall.
Hmm.
You are still an eagle.
Yes, I am. I don't have my eagle stats up because I'm a fool.
I was assuming I was going
Movement.
in level with the rest of us. If
80
she were
foot.
against the wall, it would have been fine.
Yeah, 80 foot.
Is it 80 foot of movement as an eagle?
Yeah, very so.
You
It's the
could get
same as a giant owl, and I love an owl.
potentially you
80
could
foot.
get in range. I think you could get in a range to hit all of us with the scroll. You would then have to drop from the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
What are you doing?
that was what I was thinking.
Is it a scroll of mass cure wounds?
It is a scroll of mass cure wounds.
Because I've looked up mass cure wounds since our last session. It's not a 60. It's not a radius about you. It's a radius about a point you choose within
it is.
120 feet.
I noticed. That's how I played it last time.
Okay.
I just happened to have to move because I had to get Fidelis into the area.
So can you hit all of us? Can you hit all of us?
Yes.
30-foot radius. She can't hit everyone.
Oh. Can you get
I-
both? You can maybe get both Balthazar and Nyah though. No, if they're 90 feet away,
They're 90 feet away.
you have to choose.
But you could get Balthazar.
Oh no, you can't cast that.
So, can Rambear like
If you
select
get,
a player as part of their movement?
Yes. And a giant eagle's a large creature, so it can carry a fair amount of weight.
Yeah.
Well, we know giant eagles can carry 2 people.
If you're playing Critical Role, you can.
Or 3 hobbits.
16
As
strength
in-
and a large beast can definitely pick up a lifeless Balthazar if you wanted to.
Yeah. So okay. So what Rambear wants to do, sort of not really thinking a lot about it. They're gonna grab Balthazar. How many death saving throws has Balthazar made? Of interest? Just the one. Cool. Good. I want to pick up Balthazar, fly to the edge of the wall. In fact, can they fly to directly over where Nyah is?
With your 90 foot of fly speed? Yeah.
Is it 80? It might not be.
8 foot. You won't be directly over Nyah. You will still be above the water. But you can get very close.
Can Rambear toss Balthazar?
You can certainly try.
I don't think you need to.
No, okay, so is there land within like 30
Yeah.
feet?
So
Yeah,
there's,
okay,
land,
well-
there's land beneath the wall. That's where the Blood
there's
Hunter
land
ended
beneath-
up.
Okay, so Rambear's literally scooping up Balthazar,
Mhm.
flapping to the edge, positioning Balthazar on their sort of back.
That's
As they
not
slowly-
possible. You have picked them up in
They're in
talons.
talons. Okay, wait, they're in talons. Okay, so they're positioning Balthazar. Essentially, what they're doing is sort of like cuddling around him as they transform into a bear, so that when he inevitably does hit the floor below, he's got a little cushioning.
Okay.
And they're gonna turn into a bear
Okay.
and
as a bonus
if you
action.
can-
You can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they'd like to try and use this scroll of.
Okay. Order of operations here. Are you attempting to use the scroll while falling?
No.
Okay. Good to know. Okay,
You might
first things first then,
still-
I need you to make an acrobatics check. As
Me?
Rambear.
As Rambear?
Because you have shifted out and are falling as a bear cannonball.
Yeah, but
She's
I'm
not
just
the full way up,
holding
though.
on to Balthazar.
No, it's not.
At the very least,
I'm imagining she's come
Holding
down.
on to an unconscious monk, that has to give me some.
That's an important question. How far down the wall have you flown?
as
I
much
have
as
tried to
possible.
as far down, but
Okay.
it would be much cooler just for them
Yeah,
to
you're
all see,
probably
like, Bear
about
and Balthazar
20
falling.
feet above the ground at that point.
That's fine.
So it's not going to be a lot of fall damage, but acrobatics check, please.
That's a 12.
12.
I'm a graceful bear.
That's fine. That is fine. Balthazar, take a death fail.
Okay.
It is
So
still
far.
damage. Rambear, take 9 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
You
I
go
deserve it.
And now, you pull out the scroll. It is a 5th level spell.
Wait. I don't need to use a fucking scroll. I'm a magic bear, and also I hope we're having a break soon. A rest for us.
Not masculine.
Now we're just gonna mass kill wounds and save the spell scroll.
Okay.
I was say if you were about to say your mass healing word, I was going to be a bit because that's a larger. Isn't it? I was like, you did that, and it was like you could reach everyone anyway. It was gonna be like, oh no.
After all this,
Just be dramatic.
absolute extra
Yeah.
heal. So you cast
I
Mass
got
Cure
right
Wounds. You can reach
Yeah,
3
you can reach
people, including
Balthazar,
yourself.
Nyah, and myself.
You can indeed. Roll
This
those
is
hit
mine
points.
and Thrungi's suicide. Old men dying.
It's,
This is
it's
possibly-
18. You're conscious at least.
18 hit points. Nyah, if you are not dead, you have 18 hit points.
I guess I have to ask. I'm guessing Thrungi is not within the bubble.
Correct.
That's fine. I assumed it was the case, but I wasn't certain how far the land goes out.
It's more that it's a 30-foot radius and the wall is 60 foot high.
Fair enough.
I nearly died.
Yeah, I wasn't
Y-axis
too
is your problem.
Yeah,
Out
it's
of
fine.
curiosity, the two people who had been rolling death saves, how are we looking?
I was on 2.
Two
Fails.
fails.
Both on failures.
But crucially, also Balthazar is near-ish to Nyah.
Now the issue is, you are all on the ground 80 feet below us with one enemy. Me and Thrungi. Thrungi said he's nearly dead. I'm always nearly
Yeah.
dead. And we've got 2 enemies.
And Rambear has no more wild shapes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Oh.
Sorry, I thought you
I
transformed.
have 2 more wild shapes. What are you talking about?
Have you
Yeah,
not
what-
transformed during this entire siege until that
No,
chase?
no, I saved him. I've used my.
Wow.
Podcasting druid.
That's terrible memory for me. That is excellent resource management. Well done.
She's a spellcasting druid. She's fine.
It is now
You got to mention that.
Zenodis and Ancones' turn. They have long disappeared into the darkness.
It's an action though.
End of that turn. It is Thrungi's turn.
I can disappear.
Thrungi is looking horrendous.
Like how? What are you talking about? Describe me what he looks like right now.
You could possibly see from that radiant bolt through his torso.
Oh!
That's how. Put it this way: Thrungi pulls out a greater potion of healing and downs it.
Okay.
Full action or but? No, yeah. But
That's-
We haven't brought in that house rule for this campaign. We're discussing it for
yeah,
this one.
that's a different one.
But yeah,
So it's a
40,
bonus,
44 plus 4 bonus action.
Yeah, right. Where am I for D4? 1, 2, 3. I've only got 3. Where's the really sharp, stabby one? Ah, there.
Should be on the floor where it's easy to stand on.
I've done
That's where
that.
they belong.
7,
I
8,
have done the metal one, thankfully.
12 plus 4.
So 16.
So 16, which more. Oh god, I hit the wrong
You
button.
see that hole just about close up. There's still like a conical shape in his chest.
Oh yeah,
It's
he
just
goes.
the centre bit.
However, he looks about 5 times as good as he did before.
Okay.
He hasn't
It's
used.
fine,
any-
he would have come back.
and
Thrungi!
and then he. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You were 5 feet from him, he could move 30 feet. You can get to him.
Oh yeah, Thrungi just literally.
Actually, your movement speed is 35 feet, isn't it?
Yeah.
He could have got... Yeah, he couldn't just quite get away. That's annoying for him. Oh well.
Thrungi runs, jumps up at one point, jumps up onto this little parapet thing,
Yeah,
jumps off it to come down with a massive stroke, going
for it.
reckless,
go for it.
because he is pissed.
I think justified.
And the dice agree with a natural 20. 1, 2, 3, 4 D12.
Yeah.
11, 20, 35, 40 points of damage.
Okay.
And Thrungi gets his HP back as temp HP.
Does get that back. Yeah, 21 temporary hit points.
20.
It was 40. Sorry, yes,
It
it
was
was 40 points damage. I
40.
thought it was 43.
And then he attacks again
Yep.
for a second natural 20.
Okay. You can roll again. You might get more temp hit points than you have.
Well, I doubt it, but let's see. No, I don't. 10, 20, 29, 31, 41.
Fair enough. How do you want to end him?
Can we just say it happens
Them,
in
I should
one?
say.
Can we just say it happens in one blow with the jump off literally just carves straight through diagonal from here all the way down to the hip?
You see as the pieces slide apart from that just brutal hack through. It's not a clean strike, it is anger and bones snapping and flesh rending. You see the top half where the head was just... And you see the eyes blink once, blink twice. The vacant stare fades. Blink a third time, and stop.
And Thrungi just goes, "You're fucking next."
Speaking of which, he is next. He realizes that cover is no use to him. He sees that you're dangerous. So is, first of all, going to use 30 feet of movement to run away from you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yep. Is then going to take 2 shots at Faendal. Because they want to end someone. He's going to use Sharpshooter on both of them.
Cool.
So only +5 to hit. That is a 15 and a 21 to hit.
I have recalled, and I forgot it last time, I am wearing a Displacer cloak.
Ah, okay, so that's just the first one, which is a 15 to hit.
With these -10.
He rolled a 10, -5 to attack rolls for Sharpshooter, and he has +10 to hit. So it's 15.
Faendal hasn't gone yet, has he?
Yes, he has, since he cast Shield. Because he cast Shield on the last ranger's turn.
Oh, yes, you're correct, sorry.
So, 15 hits.
I'm a bit angry. Yeah, it does.
13 piercing damage.
Cool.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
I am really good at them, to be fair. 11.
11. With this arrow, there is a swarm of insects around it that clamp onto you and push you 15 feet towards the edge. 1, 2, 3. And then the second attack, due to your Displacer Cloak being cursed, is at advantage. Also, as a bonus action, he shifts another 5 feet as the swarm around him moves him further away from Thrungi. It's a good thing that was at advantage. No, never mind. 9. Because he said he was going Sharpshooter. I rolled a 4 and a 2.
That's why I waited until you said it before I said Displacer thing.
Fair. That is the end of his turn. Which now means it's Balthazar's turn. Balthazar, you are conscious and suddenly fallen off the wall somehow. Oh, and Rambear's there.
What's the Blood Hunter doing?
They are partway out into the river.
Yeah.
You've got decent enough passive perception. Yeah, you can probably see them, and they are heading towards Nyah's.
That's a pretty.
As far as you can tell, unconscious body. Because you don't know.
Bloodhunter's pretty much uninjured as well, isn't they?
The Blood Hunter's very injured.
Oh, okay, no.
Nyah was attacking them, and they fell off a wall.
Oh yeah. No.
I will cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, make me an attack roll.
15.
15 does not hit.
Stop saying that it's
As it seems to strike the water next to them and freeze up part of it before it gets dragged away by the flow. Anything else you want to do? Bonus action? You've got a
Nyah
healing
hasn't
potion?
got up yet.
Yeah, you have
Would
no
I know
idea
that Nyah was in the spell that healed me as well? I
You
have
do
no
not
idea.
know she was in the spell to heal you. All you can see is that she's prone and is too far out. You can't really tell if she's breathing at this point.
Considering she's still laying unconscious-y, I'm gonna healing word her.
Okay. You can definitely do that.
Another 6.
At the end of Balthazar's turn, it is Nyah's turn. Faendal, you're on deck.
Okay. I'm assuming that I'm not doing too well since that fall broke a lot of bones.
Everything hurts. You have a gaping chest wound, a gaping stomach wound, a bleeding neck, and a lot of internal hemorrhaging.
Okay.
But you are alive, and by the rules, can stand up and fight.
Willpower.
Somehow. Okay, I'm going to cast Dimension Door.
You have Dimension Door?
Yeah.
What the heck? Okay.
It's Vengeance. Vengeance Paladins get Dimension Door.
Amazing. Dimension Door to where? You choose a point that you can think of within 500 feet.
Yeah. I want to go back to the top of the wall, please.
That seems
We
reasonable.
could go anywhere in 500 feet.
Choose a point on the wall that you want to go to.
The two that are Rambear and Balthazar. But so you Dimension Door up. Choose a place on the map and put yourself there.
I would like to go.
You can't really see what's happening on the wall, so it's just like a guess point. But yeah. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're gonna move. But you're gonna run somewhere now.
You still have to use half. You still have to use half your movement to stand up from prone at some point. So you've got 15 feet of movement.
Yeah. So. Okay. Because I woke up, I panicked, Dimension Doored away, where I thought everyone was. So.
Didn't even look around you to see who was around you. Just like, teleport.
Yeah. So. Okay, what do I see when I get up on top of the wall?
When you get on top of the wall, you can see Thrungi probably about to clamber over the wall to take the straight route, with 1,000 lacerations that seem to be being held together by like sinews of blood, trying to like keep the wounds together. That's the temporary hit points.
Half healed scabs.
Yeah, basically, that's what that weapon kind of does. You can see Faendal looking similarly beaten up, I think.
Mostly just exhausted. I'm looking
okay.
slightly better than
Okay. You can see Faendal like leaning
really.
heavily on his staff, like a few like beetles and insects kind of like
Angry.
still like across his form, and an
Still
arrow
angry.
sticking out of him. And you can see the ranger kind of moving and like trying to knock an arrow as they're trying to get distance away from the very angry dwarf.
Yeah, and I don't think he made it enough.
He's moved a total of 35 feet from you, and he
I
had a
checked-
10-foot head start. But you can try and
Well,
jump, so
I checked the distance. If I can jump it, I can get him.
there will be a roll.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
still
Okay.
fucking trip.
So I can't see Rambear.
No, because they are off the wall.
You would have if you'd have looked around.
Yes, but I didn't. Did I? In a bit of pain.
And panic.
You've still got 15 feet of movement if you want to move towards the guy.
Are
you angry or are you scared?
Bit of both, honestly. I will go. I will follow Thrungi.
Then do you want
Thrungi very much is bearing down on the ranger, so you can
to?
just head
He's
towards
at the
him.
wall. I'm saying do you want to go towards the enemy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
you've got 15 feet to move towards the enemy.
So right, roughly that.
Yeah. Faendal, you're up.
Very relieved to see Nyah.
You can, like, from where you're standing, you can see the back. Her armor is completely caved in.
Keep yourself alive and then blast the ranger again.
Go for it.
Be fast.
If you had a higher insight, you'd see a small tear of relief down his cheek.
I don't see shit.
But you don't, because you have a terrible insight.
Sorry, you broke up.
18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Good. I'm glad to know that I hit him 3/4 of the time. Roll the 5. 3d10. 19 damage.
Yep.
And it is of a fire. Oh, it's an actual firebolt for once. Oh,
You see a couple of
fire.
the insects that like buzz occasionally about his form get immolated in the fire, but he is still up. Is that the end of your turn?
And I can yell at Thrungi, fucking finish him off.
Cool. At that point is the Bloodhunter's turn, who, having seen Nyah disappear, will turn back, aware of the person that cast a bunch of a spell that did some stuff, and is going to come towards Rambear. But they did drop their short sword while trying to claim on Nyah, so only has their battle axe. So, you know, 2 attacks at Rambear. That is a dirty 20 and a 30.
Yeah, but both of those are gonna hit.
Both hit. Okay.
Perfect hit. That's cringe.
You take... that's the wrong die. 29 slashing damage. And 8 radiant damage.
A loss of wild shape hurts.
Yeah. And you feel this searing pain beneath your fur as a sigil of blood cakes into you and brands you.
Oh no. Oh no.
Can't see that. So it's like the Care Bear belly is lighting up.
It hurts like hell.
Transforming!
Yeah. That is the end of their turn. Which means it is Rambear's turn.
I'd forgotten about this guy. He's a
It's a woman. Still.
guy is gender neutral in this instance.
Fair enough.
They're all guys.
Absolutely matted hair,
In the river.
blue-woad paint, breastplate, axe in one hand, balled-up fist in the other.
Chuck them in the river.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not on Owlbear at the second. They're pretty close.
They're right next to you.
They're right next to me.
They just hit you with an axe.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to be so... No, yeah, Rambear's sort of just gonna ignore them and turn into an eagle.
Okay.
Giant eagle, again.
Grab Balthazar, why up?
Nah, leaving him behind. Done enough for him.
Okay.
Obviously also grabbing Balthazar.
Okay.
And
They-
we're gonna fly.
They're going to use their reaction to try to grapple you.
Yeah, that's fair. They
So,
should.
as your eagle, make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, damn. I never think through this.
Would it not be able to disengage?
It's an action for her to wild shape. She's not a moon druid.
Oh yeah, of course.
It is an action for me. Dex. Okay, I mean... How bad can this be? How does grappling an eagle actually work? Out of interest.
Just grabbing you and holding you. You're only one size larger than them, so they can't grapple you.
Yeah, I'm grappler, it's a 9.
Yeah, they rolled a 7 on the die, but they get a decent athletic score, so 16. So if
Yeah,
you try
yeah,
to
yeah.
fly away,
This-
they just
this is
grab
funny.
your talon and just like pull against your beating wings, axe in the other hand, ready to swing.
I don't think eagles get bonus actions, so sort of screwed with that.
End of your
Actually,
turn?
to be fair, I could unwild shape as a bonus action, but
You
I'm not
could.
gonna.
You would lose a
That would be
bit.
funny. I just like thump onto them. Would they take damage? Ooh.
Not really. You never actually moved away because they grappled you to stop you.
So they're really like reaching down and holding my talon. That's cute. We're holding hands. Cool. But yeah, sort of one arm towards Balthazar, one arm like behind the woman in like this gruesome eagle split. Rabbit just like.
Van Damming it as an eagle. Cool. Top of the round. Thrungi.
Can I
Actually, top of the round, just for the sense of initiative. Balthazar, you can feel the sphere is moving further away towards the west bank. Well, all of the spheres, I should say.
Yeah.
Carry on, Thrungi.
Can I make a direct line towards our space?
You can indeed with 35 feet of movement, but I do need you to make a... Acrobatics will be a lower DC, but you can make an athletics check.
Cool. I will still do an athletics check. Because I'd rather have +10 than +3. 19.
19. More than enough. You break the barrels as you land on them, they just turn into splinters. But you do get right up into his face, and he doesn't have any reactions, so go for it.
A 1 and a 5
For a
15.
total of 15. First one misses.
Oh no, not 15. Not 15. 17.
Hits.
Sorry, I couldn't do maths for a second. Right. Just 13.
Okay, second attack.
Much better. 31.
Yeah, that hits.
That's the thing.
For 13 points of damage.
He is still up.
Well, yeah, he hasn't really been hit much.
No, he started this on full health. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, he is going to start by continuing to try and kill the wizard, because the wizard killed some of his favourite insects, and he doesn't like that.
Doesn't care about the two people. Doesn't care about the two people that Thrung killed. Or in his entire time that he's been hunting him down.
Oh no, actually that's a valid point. The reason I was doing that is because he knows he's smart enough to not take disadvantage while in melee combat, but he does have advantage because Thrungi just went reckless. So he actually will shoot at Thrungi. That is a valid point.
That's not even what I meant. I just meant that if it was me and I had a person literally swinging an axe at me and a person 20 feet away.
Yeah, that is a natural 20 on the first hit, bro.
Bring it.
That is 20 piercing damage, half to 10.
Yeah.
And as a bonus action, the swarm shifts him 5 feet without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Does it say that in the rules?
Yes. And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Sure, 18.
Fine. He will then take a second... He's been told to kill. Thrungi looks red. Out of the three of you, who looks worse off?
Thrungi, I think. I legitimately think it might be Thrungi. I'm looking.
No, now.
Thrungi has 1,000 temporary hit points right now.
Thrungi now looks with the temp hit points.
Presumably Nyah, who just died.
Okay.
I definitely have more than you right now.
It depends on. Nyah, to be fair, Nyah and Faendal look the same. Probably.
Oh, we are identical. No, yeah. We look identically beaten up. Proportionally, I look more beaten up.
Nyah hasn't hurt him. He's going to shoot a shot at Faendal. At disadvantage, because the Displacer Cloak is reset at this point.
He's going to do sharpshooter?
He is not. For a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
The one combat where shield would have been useful 3 turns in a row.
Hey, Geth, he can't miss. Unless he rolls 2 1s.
Well, it's disadvantage.
Yeah, unless he rolls 2 1s, he will hit Faendal because he has 11.
No,
Again,
unless
it's
he
disadvantage. You just have to roll 1-1.
True.
Faendal, you take 19 piercing damage. Wow, that took me far too long.
He did nearly as much as he did with crit.
Yeah, I rolled a lot better on the
Yeah, you crit him and got 20 and didn't crit me and got 19. That's unfair.
And then we'll use his...
Know what? Know what? He decided against it. He's decided he's fine, you know?
Thing is, he can't get away from Thrungi, but he will keep moving away from him. Because Thrungi's got just enough movement speed.
It's the same Thrungi can't throw his axe as a.
Yeah, the shift gives him no attack opportunity. Balthazar, you're up.
How far away am I from this blood hunter?
You could work around Rambear. There's enough rock there.
Is,
I think it's fine.
I imagine that
Critic.
Rambear's gone up 5 feet anyway.
Yeah, Rambear's really just...
yeah, is Rambear 5 feet in the air, still trying to beat your wings, get out of there?
Yeah, they also have a talon around you, but aren't like restricting your movement so far. But
Like a gentle hand on the shoulder.
Okay.
yeah, just like I got you, but do your thing.
I'm gonna start swinging at this blood hunter.
Go for it.
Can I first breathe fire?
You can indeed. Is that a dex save?
Because, no.
Oh, so you
wait,
really can do spells and stuff. You should
yes,
do
DC 15 dex save. Can I miss Rambear as well? while I'm doing
That is you can with this. You can angle it. That is a 17 dex save.
okay, they still take half damage.
That's so nice that you can get an attack where you're guaranteed to do damage and then get other attacks.
Yeah.
15 halved.
7. Okay, their hair is like ignited and is like starting to like fall out on one side.
Cool. And then I'm gonna swing with my sword for second attack.
Go for it.
18 to hit.
Hits. Oh no, 18 does not hit.
Yeah.
A burst of magical light on their breastplate just lights up for a second and distracts your strike. And you miss.
And bonus action, unarmed strike.
Go for it.
For 27 to hit.
That does hit.
But that is only
That's a good punch.
7 damage.
They are still up as you feel some bones break underneath. It's like you bring your you breathe fire on them, you ignite the hair, the sword comes through, clangs off armor, and you just pivot around to bring a heel strike in, and you feel part of their hip bone crack underneath the blow.
Can I make that unarmed strike a stunning strike?
You can indeed. You can definitely say that after the fact.
Cool.
Constitution save. That is a 19. Not stunned, I'm afraid.
14.
End of your turn?
Yep.
Nyah, you're up.
I don't think you can reach. You can get to
You need 40 feet of movement to get within 5 feet.
there. You can get there.
Okay.
I've moved just close. That's how.
Yeah, I'm gonna move as close as I can, and I'm gonna yell at Thrungi. If possible, knock him out. A quick death is too good for this traitor. Wow, we should question him.
He's a zombie.
And then torture him.
We don't know that.
We don't know that. I don't know that he's a zombie. I wanna.
No, I'm Rambear. I don't know what zombies are.
Question, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's just, I completely it was not what I was expecting.
Sorry?
Thrungi would be able to tell that they are under a spell based off two he's previously killed.
Tell you what, roll me an insight check.
Or
I'm tempted at disadvantage because you're raging.
I think you have said it to me and Rambear at one point. Or maybe
You've noticed that they had a glassy-eyed expression.
you've got the glassy eyed, yeah.
Insight, yeah?
Yeah.
13.
You've definitely noticed that there's been a very a change on their appearance. Like as they've died, there's been a wave of shock, and not like the shock of oh I got killed. It's a shock of something else. That's what you've registered.
Like, oh shit, I was in a spa a minute ago.
Of course, the Wayfaring Strangers were in a spa instead of shirking off their duty.
We've never done that.
No, is that all
Absolutely
you're gonna do? Anything else?
Yeah, that's it. So.
Faendal. You would have heard Nyah say that.
I don't think it'll be useful. They're not all there. That's all I'll say. And blast.
Yes.
Taking cover. I am on a sharpshooter anyway, but it won't matter. But I'm going to roughly take cover behind this fire anyway.
Fair enough.
And blast.
Are you going non-lethal?
No.
Cool. I just didn't want
Won't
it to be
matter anyway.
after the effect. I meant it non-lethally. Worth checking to start with. Go for it.
I get once again hovered over an
So what was the total?
15.
15. Misses.
Yeah. So close to a nat 20. It's because I took cover, the idiot. Oh.
The firelight just
taking
there
that
just
one.
slightly messed with your vision. Okay, this is Bloodhunter's turn now. Hey, Balthazar. They are going to make 2 attacks against you. For a
Does this affect their
24
grapple?
and a 16.
One of those tins.
They've got one hand grappling you. They still have their battle axe in another hand. Sorry, which one? One hits, was that Steve?
One is, yeah.
One hits. You take 10 slashing damage and 4 radiant damage.
Okay.
Oh, actually, Emma, you take 2 points of psychic damage, by the way. As that when Balthazar connected with their kick, that brand on your chest flared.
Oh, one of those fucking things.
Oh, I guess now it's more visible as an eagle.
Yeah, and yeah, yeah, and Rambear, can you make me a strength saving throw, please? As Balthazar, you up close see like a bunch of cuts on their arm begin to like leak blood.
On whose arm?
The Bloodhunters.
That is a nat 1.
That is a nut 1. Rambear, you feel your wings like curl up, and you are like hell. The blood within you like feels like it contracts, and you're in pain, and your movement speed is 0, and you cannot take reactions for 1 minute.
What the fuck?
Getting the tape, you
You've
doing
been
things.
paralyzed this whole time.
You can still take.
You're not
You can
well.
still do actions. You just cannot move or take reactions right now. Speaking of which, it is your turn.
I
Let go of me and wail on him.
can't can't move. Like I don't have movement speed.
You are within range of them though, so you can
Yeah, 'cause
attack
he's
them.
holding on
if
to
you
you.
need.
Yeah, they're holding on to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them. I start holding on to them back. I'm an eagle. Sorry,
I've just
Ramifications.
seen Chris's episode title, and yes.
You like it? I thought about
That's a
that 10 minutes.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, so they're gonna. So as eagles, they get multi-attack. So this is a beacon talon.
Famous movie.
You can tell.
In me there.
So they're gonna reach like I can't think of how big a large creature is now. They're gonna try and reach around like this bloodhunter's stomach.
Yeah, go for it.
Like,
Proper
in the same
like
position that the
hooked
brand is in
talon.
them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like sort of like trying to pierce that side.
Yeah, I got you.
And that's a. This would be easier if I had my dice out.
Plus
So
5 to hit.
with the talons, it's 18 to hit.
Misses. The talon tries to pierce through the metal of their breastplate, and it again flares with that magical energy.
Oof, and a 21 to hit with the beak.
When anyone does hit, as the beak just comes in and begins to tear.
And 1d6 plus something. Some change. That is 6 points of piercing damage. No.
How do you want to do them?
Oh, thank God.
They had exactly 6 hit points.
So very much. Eagle has like grabbed them around the back, and they've not been able to quite pierce the soft chest, but it's moving in towards the beak, and they're just gonna in the beak in the chest.
Yeah,
Right in
the
chest.
beak gets around the breastplate that's been frustrating the both of you, and just pulls it off while being like buried in behind the clavicle and underneath the rib cage, and you pull the front of the rib cage off, snapping the breastplate's leather straps, and just
Ooh, no,
Balthazar,
that's
you
maybe
get
Timmy.
a gout of blood cascaded over you as their entire front half of their torso is ripped off by this bird.
It was more bloody than Rambear had anticipated. They're a little like, ah.
And
Importantly,
also,
can they move?
you then begin that pain within you that was stopping you moving goes away.
Cool. Rambear is going to turn to Balthazar and with a very very meaningfully ask, "Shall we get out of here?"
A nod, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
You can grab Balthazar and
It's
head
gonna-
up to the top of the wall.
Yeah, no, that's not all
And
the
we
way
get all the way up
Can you
with
feel
her?
we get there?
Yeah, you can easily get all the way up the wall
Okay, cool.
with 8
Let me
foot
just
movement
think
speed.
of where a good place.
While you're deciding where you are, Thrungi. The ranger does not look good.
What? Yeah, well, it still may be fine, considering I can't seem to roll above a 16.
16 hits.
Woo! Kill.
20.
20
Oh,
points of-
hang on, wait. Oh, it's too late now. He should have taken 2d6 damage last turn. On his
Oh.
turn.
Either way, how do you want to finish the final wayfaring stranger?
I'd just behead him.
Okay. You just come like Nyah, you shout at Thrungi to take him alive, and he is too lost in the rage and just comes barreling through, axe held horizontally, and there's a spring up in that final momentum that gets him up to the ranger's head height, and again, this axe is not a clean blade. Like the edge is keen, but then along is kind of beaten metal, and it just rips through this cut, the skin and bone of the neck, and as the head goes tossing off the side, and Thrungi lands, and a gout of blood kind of cascades over one shoulder, completing his complete blood-stained barbarian look. And
Yeah.
the combat comes to an end.
Oh my god. Oh.
Rambear's just gonna flop as a bird, like just flop.
And that's gonna up to Nyah and ask her if she's alright. Hand her a potion.
I'm gonna say no thank you. You-
Did you die again? Did you die fully?
no.
Oh my god, dear. What? Is that you, Gethin? Are you doing that, or is that just?
No, it's me trying to clear it, don't worry.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to talk to Sarah, and it's just like.
Sorry. Carry on. I've paused it. Carry on.
No, it didn't matter. Just Faendal checking on that, make sure she's okay. Seeing if she died again. She didn't.
Come, we need to go let them know what's happened.
Is it over? I guess that's the question. Is the siege over? We need to go back to Fidelis and check.
You run over to the interior side of the wall, and you can see the scene below is grisly, but crucially, the guild is not defeated. Faendal, Rambear, you can kind of make out a dozen or so bodies laying unmoving amongst the rubble of the western wall. And a few like bursts of bright light as the last few demons are dispatched. There are numerous broken crates and discarded weapons lying around, but crucially, it seems like no one breached the inner citadel.
The guild still stands.
Balthazar, roll me a
Okay.
perception check.
While we're doing that, I was gonna drink some potions.
Yeah,
running
feel
over.
free to. You've got time.
I'm gonna move some out. Go down below.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There is a brief moment where you. Fine, sorry. Music's misbehaving at the minute. There's a brief moment where you can sense the spheres to the west of you. And then it suddenly shifts. And by your best estimate, they are southwest of you.
Again, like back to the same sort of location as they have been, type direction.
With that perception check, yeah.
Okay. I probably won't say anything now, because we're still like in the middle of the battle. But I presume at some point, I would let everyone know that Xenodus has been on the move and he's teleported back to the general southwest direction to his hideout.
What do you all want to do?
Hmm?
What do you all want to do?
I'm gonna try and help gather some survivors, check on people, see how the evacuation went. Give my last 2 potions that I was hoarding away to people who were like really badly injured, because I consumed a lot of potions and I feel guilty.
Fair enough.
Thrungi's going to make his way over to the leaders.
You come down the stairs from the northern wall, and you begin to realise, all of you, that the darkness that has pervaded around this area begins to fade incredibly rapidly, and shafts of light begin to break through the magical nocturnal effect that had been present, and unveils the true damage to the citadel, as there is cracked stone everywhere, the massive rent in the western wall, the southern wall still bearing the scars even after you'd repaired it somewhat, discarded bodies, pools of blood and demonic ichor lying around. While Faendal is helping various people, you, Thrungi, see Guildmaster Balmont and Commander Vidalis are conversing in the centre of the courtyard, as others are kind of picking up corpses and wounded and moving them inside.
We're in the end game.
As you approach saying this, you catch the kind of the end of conversation with Balmont. If it was a coincidence, then we are incredibly unlucky. Vidalis responds, debating either way is unimportant right now. The situation is what it is. The guild is vulnerable and there's a greater threat to deal with, at which point you come in with that line. There's a moment of shock seeing your current state, Thrungi, clearly kind of held together by basically magic at this point. Master Thrungi, sorry, what did you say?
They have all of them.
Excuse me for my level of ignorance. They have all of what exactly? Balmont asks. His radiant wings long since faded at this point.
Thrungi just looks at the other person in the group and questions, do they say?
Are we all following?
I don't know
Oh, I
who's
thought you've
there.
been on your own.
No, he was looking at Thingy.
Oh, Vidalis.
Yes.
Ah, sorry.
The name, didn't they?
Guildmaster, there has been a secondary major threat happening while the majority of the guild has been dealing with the Stormfang Mountains, led by the creature that brought upon ruin here today. The legends of history have come back to haunt the guild once more, and the spheres that made this guild heroes now seem to be in the hands of one who wishes to wield them. Thrungi, do you mind giving a report on how they obtained the 6th One. You can see Balmon is kind of standing there trying to process this information.
They had... Technically, it was inside help, although I very much doubt they were doing it willingly.
Are you suggesting there were traitors among our ranks? Videlis, how is this not seen? Thrungi, what are you talking about?
The people who had the sphere when we gave chase were... I've forgotten the name of their group. Jesus Christ.
Wayfaring strangers.
The Wayfaring Strangers.
I've worked with the strangers for years. They're not exactly amicable, but nothing about them suggested evil intent.
Hence my second point. During the combat, which they fought to the death, on the edge of death as they passed over, clarity came to their eyes and minds. Even I could see it in my state.
And you slayed them all?
Unfortunately, we had little choice.
Roll me a deception check.
He's not lying. As far as he is aware, it's the truth. Thrungi doesn't know magic like that. No, he's not lying.
You know you can make people unconscious though.
Yeah, this is my point. Is your attitude was they had to die, and there was an individual who told you not to kill the last one. This is why it's a deception check.
I will point out, the only reason Nyah said not to kill him was so that she could kill him slowly. That's not...
She also mentioned interrogate.
Thrungi hid the kill slowly part. He was in a rage.
That's a fair assumption from Thrungi.
I can roll one if you wish, but I'm telling you that Thrungi is not lying intentionally.
That's fine. Roll me a deception check.
17.
17. That is troubling that through means this Zenadis, as you have described him previously, is capable of influencing even ourselves. You see a moment of thought cross Videlis' mind. The strangers were tasked with acting as final protection for the vault, and Souther headed down there to aid them. Has anyone seen Souther? He grabs someone and directs them to head down to the vault and to find out what they can down there and to make sure no one else heads down. At this point, Pingun, the gnome sorcerer guildmaster, joins up with the golden lions with him, who he then directs to start helping out further. Guildmaster, your arrival was timely. Starts talking to Damme. I do not believe victory would have been achieved without your presence. I only wish that I and others could have returned sooner. I believe we must discuss the next course of action. Has anyone been in contact with Linhart or Quesper? You know those two are two other guildmasters.
Thrungi takes it at this point, seeing as it is now a guildmaster discussion, to kind of make his leave and go find the rest of his party.
fair enough. As you leave, you kind of pick up the rest of the conversation that when Balmont managed to teleport in with his cohort, the main group coming with the remaining guildmasters and everyone were still a few hours away at that point. So they're probably still about a couple of hours or so away even now. By the way, can you hear that? Good.
No, it doesn't come through.
Raining.
Just as you can't hear my rain because I've opened my window to cool down my study.
Yeah, mine is on the window rather than.
It's starting to come through now. You can hear it. It's not now. You can occasionally see your box light up.
Fair. My mic is definitely picking it up on record. Anyway. Yeah, you go find the rest. Vidalis stays talking to the guild masters. As acting commander of the Citadel, he has essentially debriefs and conversations to be had. What is everyone else doing as Thrungi heads away?
So I was starting to wonder whether anyone else would have seen our fight or our chase and fight with the Wayfaring Strangers and Zenodis.
Roll me an investigation check, I guess. You can make it charisma investigation if you want, because it's asking around.
6.
6. Everyone's very busy. There's like not much conversation going on. It's people getting on with the tidy up and healing who they can with what they have left. With that tour, it is apparent that the threat is gone. No one is feeling like they're still under battle or anything.
Nyah's gonna be standing by the wall looking out in the direction that Zenodis left in, with her eyes closed, trying to reach Matuya.
What are you thinking or saying?
Thinking and just kind of reaching out, as in the sentiments kind of, you sent, like, you made me a champion to stop this fate from happening. You didn't make me strong enough. What do we do? What's the next step? Where do we find Zenodis? Can we still even stop him? Kind of those thoughts as she tries to reach Matuya.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
This is not an easy DC.
17.
17, it's not bad. You don't hear anything. You do not get in contact, there's no direct connection. But an entity of Matuya's will is in your hand, and they sense what you're trying to put out there. As Sakael responds, you still wield the power necessary to win this. Don't give up hope just because fate has not played out how you envisioned.
I'll relax my closed fists a little bit. I'm still angry.
Thrungi, once he gets back up to where they are, finds somewhere to lie down and starts snoring.
Thrungi starts trying to get in a long rest.
I was going to say, I will approach Rambear and say, are you going to do it now or are you going to wait?
Rambear's looking around, surveying the area. looking at the destruction and the chaos and all the blood around, and thinks, yeah, this is the right place for Vent to be brought back. And so they're gonna back into a bear, because they're currently still an evil that's just covered in blood. Just covered in blood. I like to think that when they change back into a bear, they're sort of like, they do it very quickly, so there's still like blood like in the outline of the evil. Like, and they're gonna ask Faendal if he'd like to help.
I want to say, is there any way I can help? I'll begin drawing some runes and stuff, whatever. Some chalk.
Yeah, it's more emotional than anything.
Emotional
but-
help. Yeah, the runes don't mean anything. It's just me doing
No,
wizard.
but-
Like, you've got a druid
yeah, it's
ritual. Around the druid ritual, I'm just writing a wizard spell. It doesn't do anything. It's just like to make me feel better.
It's a spell of friendship.
Yeah. I just want to feel useful. Tell you what, it's with the skywriting chalk as well, so the sigil starts to appear in the sky.
Oh, that'll be nice for Vent to wake up and see.
Yeah.
He won't be He'll be different. Ooh.
Did he have a sigil of any kind? Did he have like a symbol? He had a
remember.
book. The book. Did the book have a symbol on it?
All we know about him is that he's a murderer and has fire.
And we love him for it.
As a
Our murderer.
but he's our murderer.
He's a murderer with fire, and we love him for it.
All we know is a serial killer. And we're hoping, he can help us kill.
If he had a sigil of some kind, I will draw an outline of it around Rambear's ritual.
Okay. Tell you what, since we seem to be getting to that, is anyone else around and seeing this going on and helping, or is it just Rambear and Faendal? Nyah's on a distant wall, so probably not.
Probably should have waited for more people to come, but
I mean, it does take an hour to cast, so it's possible that people congregate and help out later. I just want to see who else is helping or doing other things.
Oh no, Thrungi's out to the world. He is.
Thrungi's gone.
Thrungi's napping.
He is out.
I'll come and help if I can.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All the magic peeps. The magic peeps. Magic peep bonding time, creating the other magic peep pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are a magic peep, you're just not full magic peep, you know?
That feels very discriminative. But okay.
Generally speaking, you have higher spell slots than Balthazar, don't you?
But she's
Okay.
also off on a moody walk. Like, this is very Nyah.
Okay. So, you collect the ingredients that were left for you in your chambers and bring them back up to the top floor and pull out the gently reposed finger of Vent and begin to cast the ritual. As this is our first proper resurrection ritual, Faendal, you have spoken up as to what you are doing first. You are attempting to recreate his personal symbol.
He had a book of shadows. I'm assuming that on the front of that there was like a symbol of some kind.
Okay.
And I'm going to recreate that around the outside of Rambear's ritual in the skywriting chalk, so that it also appears as his full sigil in the sky as like a call for him to return.
Okay. Please roll me an Arcana check.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's a pretty solid. Oh, I'm not sure it'll be a great one because it's only a 35.
That is a success.
Fucking hell. 35.
As you see it kind of bed in, and the sky that was already a bit cloudy get cloudier still in this sigil that you remember Vent having.
As a fun fact, the smallest I can roll an Arcana is 17.
It wasn't an easy DC because it's not something you had studied before or knew what it was, but a 35 is above
The
nearly
emotions
impossible.
and the magic blew
Yeah.
through me.
So-
I remembered his magic.
Yes, easy success. Rambear, Balthazar, is there anything you would like to offer for this ritual?
Firstly, I would like to offer a question to the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the race table, can we add?
I have already rolled. Andrew and
Can I
have
add one?
discussed.
Can I add one?
Andrew and I have
I would
discussed.
Andrew, okay.
I was saying that you should add shifter just to add the idea of like he could become a werebear.
I wanted to add bear.
Yeah, I know you did.
I
Just
wanted to add bear and shifter so that he would have to become a werebear.
And Andrew
Yeah.
and I have already rolled to
But-
find out what race he is.
Oh, you're so sure we were gonna get to this?
Well, I've had this covered.
Is he ready to join, by the way? Is he ready to surprise just
I
appear
don't
in the
think
session?
so.
We message him right now.
Either of the two of you.
Well, obviously Rambear's lying there over his finger and like whispering things. But actually what they're whispering is, please be a bear. It'd be so cool to have a bear friend. Please be a bear.
What are you trying to do to help this ritual?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
As in a skill check.
I'm casting the spell.
I'm asking whether there is an additional contribution you would like to make that is trying to call Vent back.
So
I
rather than while casting the spell, it's an hour. You can add an extra little personal touch.
Oh lord. It'd be nice if I had my notes open so I could remember things about Ben. I'm gonna
Suggest-
just like
You could suggest it him.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like
also,
you can evolve spells and other features, or you wish.
Also, under my breath, I'm gonna start relentlessly making fun of Faendal's age, and hoping that he remembers all the times he spent mocking him. I'm like, come on, we need somebody to do this together.
That's fair enough. That
That
was some of that was Vent's catchphrase was.
It was a defining trait
He's
of him.
old.
He's so old.
It's not his fault he's old.
Roll me a.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, I'm like a comedy check. Like I don't.
I said camaraderie, but comedy as well. Human.
Let's make it persuasion.
Can we make it literally anything that isn't persuasion?
It was a toss up between persuasion or history. You're either appealing to his
equally bad.
his personal history or reminding him of good times.
It was an 18. I hope he remembers at least one good time.
Balthazar.
And I hold my amulet, or my cleric amulet, and just sort of channel the familiar revival magic in myself, but like not let it out, and
Expert reviver.
sort of like pray-ish towards his safe return for a religion check.
Explain. Okay, who are you praying to?
I've fucking forgotten my own goddess's name. My own goddess.
It's
Bout of
Teku,
you.
but okay. Okay, roll me a religion check, please.
12.
Okay. That sets the DC. First time we're breaking out this dice.
At the end of the ritual, right at the end as well, because I know that he had a staff before, a special one,
Mhm.
but wouldn't now. I've been carrying around a spare, just normal staff that I just want to stick right in the middle, like pointing up, like stood upwards,
Okay.
ready for him to awaken and grab it. So he's
Okay.
got a staff.
And like the fingers like curled around it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna take a photo of this.
Nat 20.
Nah, it's a fail.
If that's a nat 1, I'm going to be. I'm about to sold set.
You watch as the spell takes hold, and the spell reforms the body regardless. What you are hoping for here is that his soul comes back to it. As the body reforms, it doesn't have the horned demonic persona of it previously. If anything, it's rather plain human. and you wait. And then you see a slight raise of the chest as something comes back into the new body you have created here in the middle of a disaster. Andrew, do you want to turn your camera on, please? Andrew, would you like to describe what Vent looks like?
So, Vent is human, sort of fairly lively built and athletic, a little bit sort of sad looking with sort of lovely fluffy blonde hair, and is currently completely naked.
So he looks like Gethin. That's what we're saying.
With fluffy hair.
Faendal takes a move to go and like greet him and give him a hug, and then steps back and is like, all right, we need clothes. I still have the cloak of protection from detection, so I will take that out. And here you go.
That small shroud that was covering
It's a cloak.
It's a loincloth.
It's better than nothing.
It's a start, I suppose.
It's a towel.
Ven.
And there's a staff as well.
Yeah, that finger that brought you back is still the same as your old tiefling form. It's not changed into the human one, so it's a bit bonier. It's still grey. Just itches a little. It's a bit warm. Bit odd compared to the rest of it.
What's that itching? These aren't my hands.
Oh yeah, we couldn't.
I have hair.
Form a glorious body. Oh god.
I have hair. And skin.
Welcome back.
It's
good to have you back.
been a few days.
It's been many years.
That would explain why you look so old.
Yeah. As you remember, I was very young beforehand, so.
Well, yes, Grandpa, you were. Where are we?
We're in the guild. We are. It's just been under siege. We've had a terrible time of it, but we are glad to have you back.
You brought me to the guild.
Your arm's getting hotter. Spreading up.
Okay, so this isn't my body. Is this some druid magic thing? Is there like side effects?
Probably. We haven't tried this before. You're our first.
Oh, that's fun. My hand is hot.
Feels like it's being held in a fire.
It's really hot.
You look down and you begin to see like cracks forming along the skin, like it's flaking up. And then like small bits of fire begin just bursting out of the crack, and then bang!
Not again!
As the arm detonates. I need Faendal and Rambear to make dex saves, please.
It doesn't matter. I have 5 health.
Vent has done what he always needed to do and has immediately killed Faendal.
So much better from Rambear. It's a 10 dex save.
And I got a 12 on the dex save, but I've got 5 health, so
Cool.
I mean.
You both take 4 points of fire damage. As Vent's arm detonates and then turns just into fire.
The entire arm.
Up to about the elbow.
I'm
Okay.
on the floor as I am nearly dead.
There is a reaction as like the last few people up here react and like spin around to see an explosion of fire. And Vidalis starts to move towards you.
The bloody arm!
Get a healing word, Faendal, real quick.
I did have potions, but I gave them away because I thought we were finished.
The combat is technically done. This is just a new challenge.
I will
Oh, yeah.
hand you a potion, Faendal.
A healing word. Healing word.
Look. Is it just a normal potion?
Yeah,
2.
10 health.
7.
7 plus 6 plus 2. 15. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was really painful. Oh. Les, good to have you back up.
My hand's on fire.
It still
I
hurts.
mean, it's an improvement.
Okay, first of all, fuck you.
It does. I mean, that's if you're on fire.
I guess. I need my hand for things. I'll try and pick up like a bit of rubble.
It functions as a hand. The
Okay.
rubble begins to like blacken in it as like it starts to get heat and stuff. So you can functionally hold stuff, but you wouldn't want to hold anything delicate or important.
Like a baby.
Oh, that's gonna make gloves expensive.
Does it seem to be like continuing to climb, or is it just the hand?
Stop
I
that.
actually do have some gloves, but they're just traveling gloves. So I don't think that'd be very useful.
I don't suppose you
Marigold.
have any clothes?
I have gloves.
Have
I've
we
given
not
it the
had
time.
enough for one day? As the looming shadow of Videlis just comes over the three of you from behind.
Oh, hello, Blanche.
With great respect for Dallas, with so much death occurring today, I think it's very nice to have a bit of life come forth.
I suppose. If you could not go blowing up the remains of the citadel, though.
I think that's probably all done. Last time it was just my head, so hopefully this time it's just the arm.
Who the fuck are you? And you see his hand go to the hammer on his belt.
He's been dead. He's been dead for a while. He doesn't really know what he's talking about.
An ally, he's a friend.
I remember a light.
Before.
Did we tell Fidelis that we'd campaigned with Vent before when we went to the library?
We said we had a companion, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah. So we could say that this is the companion we told you about. We separated, went different ways.
Hand goes off the hammer.
We will vouch for him.
You've earned no small share of goodwill in the last day. I suppose you've earned this. At that point, the individual who he had sent off to head down to the vault turns back up and kind of whispers in his ear, "You deserved better than that." Well, it seems the guild is in need of another guild master. Time will tell who is elected to such a position, but I think there are more pressing concerns. Take some time to recover and get this one some clothes, preferably.
Thank you.
And then
Do we-
you goats may need to be having a conversation with the guild masters upon their return.
Of course.
And he heads off at that point.
Was-
Unless you have anything you want to say to him.
No. That was definitely just worded in a way that maybe we could get elected to guildmaster.
You're too old.
With your passive insight, it's not that. It's a case of you are the point of knowledge on this entire concept. And right now, half the guild is dead, their citadel is broken, and they need someone with some answers.
Let's go find you some clothes and maybe see if there's a blacksmith with some gloves. Maybe get a blacksmith glove.
Yeah, I guess that would probably work. They're used to working in heat. It's cold. There's a lot of rubble.
All right, that's fine. I'll grab my thermal cube. Hold this.
Did I give it back to you?
I think you did. I think you gave it back to him upon his return.
Yes, you did. It's my thermal cube. I pressed the button on top of it. It is now a balmy 30 degrees.
Oh, that's colder than my hand, but still, that's a sensation I'm gonna get used to. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you have a loincloth. Let's go get you a something for the fire and some clothes,
Yeah, clothes would be nice.
and then find somewhere to rest and eat and have a trauma response.
Can I go see her brother?
Yeah.
You better not have a fucking ship. Tell you that.
You are still the only person who, well, you and your cohort are the only one who know he's there. No one's exactly had time to check the jail cells in the aftermath. You head down and you see him standing on the back wall, directly facing the barred door that leads into it. Roll me an investigation check as you get closer.
Careful, it doesn't seduce you.
It's my brother.
No, the barred door.
Barbarian, like, oh, that's a nat 20. Why do all my good rolls happen out of combat?
That's 20. You notice that the door, like the bears signs of not battle but like abuse. Like someone was trying to get out, but it held firm. And now he's just standing there silently staring.
I'm gonna go up to the bars, but like not too close. And just go, Jasper.
It steps towards you.
Jasper, can you understand me? Do you know who I am?
I know my suffering is because of you. I cannot rest until you feel it too.
What's the last thing you remember?
Pain.
Did Xenodus bring you back?
My vengeance did.
Do you know Xenodus? Do you remember Mum and Dad?
Roll me a religion check.
That is an 8.
Whatever has happened to him, he is not all there. It is a piece of him. But
I'm gonna-
exactly what you don't know.
Can I ask Zakael? Have you ever come across anything like this?
I believe he is a revenant. A undead of immense rage and will set about vengeance on the ones they deemed to have wronged them.
Is there a way to restore him?
Revenancy is a curse, often said on the lips of the dying, but Not always. Curses can be removed.
Do we just have to find someone who can remove the curse?
I'll tell you now. You've got someone in your group.
I'm just gonna look at Jasper again and go, I'm gonna fix this. And leave. I'm gonna go look for Balthazar because he's my go-to helping death issues.
Balthazar, where would she find you?
Balthazar is your grievance counselor.
I don't know whether everyone else is just like hanging around. I presume we would have sort of gone to disperse to go rest. So I'm going to say
I don't know. I'm taking Vent to get clothes and a glove and whatever. I don't know if anyone's joining. Maybe we can go get some food. I will have invited everyone. Shall we go? Because like we say rest. We finished a long rest like 4 hours ago. it's midday.
I will say, I know the official rules, you can't take more than one long rest in a day. I look at it more along the lines of, until such a point that a normal human being would probably collapse from exhaustion anyway.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of thinking in there.
Yeah, I'm going to say it would be reasonable to not necessarily go straight to sleep. I'm going to say, shall we get some food? Like, I'm going to invite everyone to let's find some food and scavenge some food and like.
The main hall has been set up with some quick make food, like porridge and that kind of stuff.
Let's get us all sat down so we can like take in what just happened, because
while walking around, there is probably between the 10 or so that teleported back as reinforcements, yourselves and Videlis, maybe 25 people around the guild.
That's not everyone, Doug. The
majority of the guild had gone out.
Yeah.
But like you were left with a skeleton crew, and now it's a
skeleton crew.
It's a pinky toe.
No, it's the same. It's still a skeleton crew. It's just that they're more authentic now.
There's a time where this few people in the guild would have been some comfort to me. I'm not feeling comfortable right now.
We're not in any danger now.
Oh,
that's past.
Are you all sitting down for food then?
I mean, I assume we've got on Vent some clothes.
Yeah, the guild has a forge.
A set of leather armor or something. So.
Okay. I'll come find you all and join you.
Find him a set of leather armor or something.
Yeah, that's fine. There's enough basic stuff lying around.
A glove. You want a glove? Can we find you an oven? We can't find
oven mitt.
It has to be an oven mitt.
It's an oven mitt with a penguin design on it.
Thanks. So useful.
Mitten. It's a mitten one. It's proper like it could be that. That's it. It'll do for now. We'll get you something proper.
Can't move my fingers. It's just a mitten.
Luckily,
You brought me back to life in the middle of the guild and gave me a mitten.
Luckily, you'll still be able to hold a spoon in a mitten. Come on, let's go get some slop.
Okay. How long was I out?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there when they found out. Let's get sat down and we'll talk about it. You can tell us about what happened to you. We can talk about what happened to us. Let's sit. Is other people coming along? You're with your brother.
No, yeah, but I'm gonna go.
You'll find us in the food hall.
Go find you in the food.
Rambear, I assume you're with?
Yeah, I'm going for food.
Thrungi is unconscious, still upstairs.
Rambear will.
Thrungi is causing earthquakes with his stones.
Well, point out, I
move
did
their,
roll a perception check when the explosion happened. He rolled an 11, so I
Yeah,
decided
you did wait. No.
Rambear
Sorry,
will probably move like his tankard that always fills itself, so that it's like in his hand for when he wakes up.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
I like to imagine midway through the naps, he just keeps waking up and going.
Oh, no, he's drowning, he's drowning!
That's adorable. Balthazar?
Yeah, I'll be following along then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all four of you sit down in the mess hall. Then you find an immediate use for your hand. Keeps your porridge warm.
That's useful.
And you sit down in a main hall that is meant to hold most of the guild at a singular point. Basically empty and eerily quiet.
I think they're all looking a bit shell-shocked.
I mean, I died in a battlefield and have woken up in another battlefield. This is interesting.
You're also a few hundred miles away? Not that you'd know that, but...
Well, no, I'm acutely aware of where the guild is, so that's something.
How did you end up where with the? I mean, I don't know. You guys found him in an orc camp.
We found some of him in an orc camp.
How did you end up there?
Why was I there?
The Dwarven village? Yeah.
Wait. Oh, hang on.
It's hard as having your brain back.
I attempt to cast prestidigitation.
That does what? There's a hesitancy to it. Like it's you feel in your chest like that warmth that you kind of vaguely remember that had become more like an actual furnace in there. Feels more like a warm coal in the center of your chest. Much diminished. And it takes a second for the spell to come through, but it is a cantrip, so it does come through.
Hang on, I need my bottle, and then I can figure this out. Where's my? Don't have one. Gotta make a new one. Okay, yeah. Sorry, orcs. So. Okay. Well, I was probably going to end up being told in this building anyway. So, like I said to Nyah before I left, I was in the business of removing various people from the world who held something certain. In this case, the fragment of the power of the Ifrit that my power comes from. And I tracked that along and found that, well, they were the next one on my list, and they were stronger than I thought they'd be, so I made a mistake going in, trying to fight them. Didn't go well, so I ran away. And got jealous and went back and firebombed the camp from orbit. And an extremely brave fight later, I must say. I tried to, he hit me with an axe. I did my hellish rebuke, and he hit me with the axe again, and that's all I remember.
Okay. We found you in that camp. Pretty messed up.
I mean, you've got I've only got a finger left from the old me, so I imagine the
there was
rest
more.
of you was alright though.
We just didn't have space for it. Sorry.
Probably, judging from the reaction to your body from just having one finger left, probably for the best.
What happened to my body?
Bounty hunter.
It was.
You could join, you can arrive now.
Do I?
It wasn't.
Yeah, we
super
can say.
respectful.
Nyah at this point turns up and sees you all sitting
Okay.
down.
Hey,
Look at this.
is that?
We've just brought him back.
I threw off the mitten.
Brent,
Yeah.
we Huh?
New and improved. Well, new.
Good
New
to
and
have you
fleshy.
back. Why are you wearing a mitten?
Wasn't the head this time.
Oh,
My
you're...
fire hand has held
Well.
fire.
I'm not sure blonde suits you, but we can dye the hair.
I mean, it's nice to have hair. That's quite
Oh.
nice.
You've got to also bear in mind, Andrew, Nyah does not look like Nyah anymore.
Oh yes, this is important. Nyah has spider eyes, like purple, glossy purple black eyes, cobwebs throughout her hair, and as she walks, trails of mist appear from her heels.
This is
You
just
look, you look different. Going for a different look, trying to copy my evil style.
Your evil stuff, Bent, please. This is just fashion.
She only trapped an angel in a sword. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it wasn't. I gotta say that this change in appearance was not of my. It wasn't my idea.
Oh, I thought you were finally hitting your emo phase.
I might get there if things continue to be this bleak. No, yeah, I'll sit down.
I'll grab you a bowl of porridge, slide it over to you.
I imagine they've told you.
Sprinkle a prestidigitation over it.
I imagine they've told you how we found you.
No, just I know that you found my finger at least, or there was more of me apparently.
Yeah, we. A bounty hunter wanted you, but we bargained for your finger.
He only took your face.
Oh, that's good.
It was
The
being
rest
born
of
by
me-
another orc, right?
Yeah, so A, he wasn't a bounty hunter, was a member of the guild. B, what he actually took was, when they say took your face, literally your face. It's just the front portion that was left.
Oh, how nice.
So you could see yourself again. That's cool.
I don't know if that is cool.
You were wanted before, but would they recognize your name? They can't recognize your appearance anymore.
Suppose I could come up with a new name.
Yeah, your debts
I
are probably paid with your death now?
I suppose you're not really a vent much anymore, are you? You're not.
I mean, I was sort of on the hook for about 8 or 9, 10 life sentences, maybe. So, be number 2.
Where's Thrungi?
Asleep. He's fine. He just went straight to sleep.
Okay.
Don't worry. Suppose we should talk about what's happened to us since you disappeared.
Yeah.
Indeed. Long story short, the world is about to end. So,
Yeah.
I look pointedly at Nyah.
welcome back in time for that.
Couldn't bring me back after that particular end of the world thing.
No, so we're expecting you now as repayment for this to help us out, obviously.
Right.
So, how much did we tell you beforehand?
That the world was ending and you were all being very mysterious about it.
Nothing about the spheres?
You pointedly avoided a lot of talk about spheres.
Alright, I guess it's time to get you properly up to speed. Because at this
Okay,
point...
you don't mind if I just do a little ritual in the meantime, do you?
Sure. Let's get you up and we'll all together get you up to speed. There's this vampire, Zenodis. Big bad vampire guy. Rides a skeleton dragon. He's our nemesis. Hates us. His dad's pretty chill. You did stay with his dad for a bit. Gave me this nice bottle of wine. I still got it if you want to try it at some point. But it tastes a bit irony. But this guy's an asshole. Wants to end the world. Wants to summon the big bad demon lord Abaddon. Abaddon has these 6 spheres called entropic spheres, which are like weapons of mass destruction. If all 6 of them get collected, he can be brought back.
the Paladin, that is.
Yeah. All 6 have been collected. So,
The fight today was to try and stop him from collecting the 6th sphere. Which we did have in the vault. But it got taken.
By traitors.
Bastards.
so I think that's the 3rd time we've kind of just given the sphere to him, isn't it?
Every single one, isn't it?
In defense, I don't think you can be blamed for this one.
Feels very personal.
Okay, so you brought me back to life to help you fight an immortal vampire and his big bad demon daddy.
We're not going to force
Leave the
you.
world. And afterwards, you could help us find our beloved pet goat. You don't have to.
Oh, finding the pet goat sounds lovely.
We're not going to force you to. We just would like you back. But you helped us a lot. And you're powerful. And we could use a guy like you on our team. I'm being a bit presumptuous to the rest of the guys. If you want to maybe be a permanent goat.
Let's put a pin in that powerful thing for just a moment.
Well,
I mean, I
you
died.
were. I understand that, but you were like. Actually, I mean,
No.
Nyah's died more often than you, and she's. Look at her.
She wasn't part of this great devil game.
I never died.
What?
Okay.
Have you lost your powers?
I don't know yet. We'll see. But, okay, here's the thing. My parent was Fiona, who struck a deal with an Ifrit, and they had a great big fight back and forth.
Just a moment there. Faendal. Anyone trained in religion and Faendal can roll a religion check.
Oh, I'm not trained in religion.
Ooh,
Your backstory has you enough there.
21.
21,
24.
24,
24.
24. All of you recognise the name Fiona. That's an archdevil. Lord of one of the layers of hell.
All right.
And she got into a game with a very powerful Ifrit. It went back and forth and eventually ended up with her basically tricking the Ifrit into splitting himself into hundreds of pieces and delving that out amongst her various tieflings. I gathered 17 others, I think. But when I died to somebody else who had some of those, there's a very real chance that he got my stuff. Winner takes it all. So unless that orc's still alive and I can kill him and take things back, it's probably gone back to the bank.
I don't suppose bank is feasible.
What was that? Sorry,
I don't suppose robbing the bank is feasible.
I mean, if you want to try and rob an archdevil, you're entirely welcome to.
World is going to end in very, very soon. Let's just go fight a devil for the sake of it.
That is the most
Looks like-
Nyah thing ever.
Little side quest.
No thoughts, head
No
empty,
way.
charge in.
I mean, she's already got a quest. She's already got a little side quest to go down to the abyss to finish that job. It's just like a little detour.
No, we'll deal with
Not
that.
so.
I mean, also, if
Who
you go
wants
to the
to-
Hells, you might be able to deal with that Rakshasa.
Oh yeah, we've got tons of stuff to do down there. Let's just go to
so
hell.
much stuff.
Gethin, can I have
level 20 hell one shot.
Andrew?
can I have completed my ritual to get my genie's vessel?
Yes, you can. That does come back. You are...
Oh.
Yeah, I will
Not
say,
a
you
bottle.
are innately aware that... If we were going to put it in mechanical terms, you're a level 1 warlock right now.
Oh, it's not a bottle. That's something.
What?
Of course, it's a ring.
So you've completely lost your powers.
I mean, I'm back at the beginning. I've got one piece. I have one fragment. One little shining doubloon. That's it.
You don't have to fight. We're just happy to have you back, and you can join the team anyway. Maybe
I'm very happy to be back. Don't get me wrong. This is amazing. I mean, I'm alive again. But fighting a vampire, I am just gonna die again. And
We'll bring
to
you
be
back
honest,
again.
I don't know how many times I've got left before various bits of me can explode. So, thank you for bringing me back. But I said to Nyah, this isn't my fight, and it definitely isn't something I can fight now.
That's fair.
Have a really intense training montage. Level 1 to 20, just for Vent.
Rambear, if you were to pat me on the back right now, you could possibly kill me.
Rabbi lowers their hand as they were about to pat him on the back.
Oh my god, can I beat an arm wrestle?
Faendal.
Sure, come on, old man, let's see what you got.
No. Level doesn't have any effect on strength.
Bringing you back did not come with strings attached. We just wanted to repay you for what you did for us.
It would have been nice. It would have been nice to have a friend along in the fight to come. But now we have a friend to look forward to seeing after the fight is done.
What will you do next time?
I mean, I've got to choose a name first of all, I guess, and blend back in, but I could probably help around here. There's quite a few injured people around here. Probably do with some help, and I need to get good at lying again. Create a life and create a new person to be.
You could just claim you don't remember. You did die after all.
Yeah, that's true, but you know, I kind of want to leave that part of Vent behind for now. See if I can stay out the game a little bit longer this time.
Well, you're human now and you're blonde, so you could say you're a distant cousin of mine. You don't quite have my bone structure. But, you know, like the...
Okay, how dare you? My bone... Actually, how are my bones? Oh god, am I ugly? No, I've got cheekbones. That's nice. Nice having bones.
I like this implication that tieflings are invertebrates.
Kind
Ben just had a liquid skeleton. He was just like a worm.
Nyah, did you want to talk to Balthazar?
Yes. Once, like, the excitement about Vent dies down, and we're all just eating.
It just becomes them two are having banter, them two insulting my age, and I'm going, ha ha ha.
Thrungi, how long are you planning on being asleep for?
Forever.
Or somebody wakes me up, or I wake up naturally.
So he's going for a long rest.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Balthazar, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
So I went down to see my brother again, and
Oh yeah, your brother.
yeah, I think everyone's forgotten. Zakhael, the angel, says that it looks like he might be cursed. He might be a remnant.
Revenant.
Do you know anything? A revenant. Do you know anything about that? I'm assuming since it's a curse, it might be lifted.
Maybe. Yeah. What the hell would Balthazar know?
So, you're trained in religion, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you would know this. I won't make you roll for it. Revenants are undead, but not necessarily controlled by anyone. Their animus stands in vengeance, essentially. The shred of vengeance that is left from the soul lingers in the body, lingers on the material plane, and basically this creature will stop at nothing until their vengeance is sated. Now, most revenants kind of happen straight away. Creature dies, usually from like a violent death, and don't truly die at that point and get up. Roll me a religion check now.
23.
23. Nyah has told you before that what happened to her brother happened, I want to say 2 years ago now? Something like that. I think we discussed 2 years ago or so. As I said, Revenant's usually an instant thing. The fact that it hasn't interfered with her in 2 years is odd and implies that the curse of Revenancy was possibly placed posthumously, long after they had died. Which means usually it's not as strong a curse. It's easier to break. Because it is not a curse that the person themselves accepted, it's been forced upon them. You are also aware of a spell called Remove Curse.
Yeah. I do not have it prepared.
Also, Nyah can also learn Remove Curse.
Am I?
You're a paladin. Same spell list. Ish. Not quite. But
Wouldn't I have it already then?
no, because you can prepare from your entire spell list. You just don't have it prepared.
It is on Paladin, yeah.
Can paladins re-prepare at every long rest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I would need to take a long rest to prepare a remove curse spell. That's something we could try. But to be honest, you could try it as well.
Yeah, I think
Just take someone else's book here.
you say that if not, the only thing that stops them is them fulfilling their vengeance.
Yeah. Which seems to be he wants to hurt you.
Yeah, so if he were to fulfill his vengeance, would he return to normal?
With the 23, you know it doesn't return them to normal, it lets them rest.
Right. And I'm presuming a remove curse is going to do the same.
Yeah.
So there's no way to bring him back.
Not that I know of. Unless we attempt another spell like we've just done for Vent. But I doubt that would work.
Or a much more powerful version.
It's been so long since he died.
Okay.
But we could ease his passing. Let his spirit free if you wish.
Thank you. I'll prepare that. So.
Okay.
And I shall eat some more food.
During this period of time, all of these conversations and ritual spells, eventually the remaining guild return. The western bridge is extended and they're allowed to cross. Thrungi, this does wake you up because extending the bridge is not a quiet thing. What you notice as they enter, being up there, is that they themselves have suffered casualties. There's a number of bodies being carried back. Everyone looks... Their armour and stuff looks battered and bruised in various places. But they are more rested than everyone else here. They've had that opportunity to at least recover. You would estimate, based on the times you spent around the guild, that all told, the guild is at best operating at 2/3 of its strength that it had a week ago. probably closer to 50%. You also notice the other guildmasters, and they all head towards the guildmaster chambers to convene, essentially.
At this point, Thrungi will probably head downstairs.
Mhm.
Now that he's woken up.
You are hungry as fuck.
He has some of his dwarven beer, which sedates some of his hunger.
Okay. Vent. Thrungi enters into the room. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
I mean, it's not high. Now, I've not been playing Dungeons and Dragons that long. But is 5 a good number?
Not when the very weapon that killed you walks in being wielded by a blood-soaked dwarf.
Ah! 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 Hi, Thrungi. It's great to see you. Ah!
Do I know you?
Can you tell?
Reasonable.
I take off the glove.
Can we just that Vent's
Behind my head.
It's just showing the finger.
I rolled a 5 plus anything, so Thrungi just still stares at you.
Yeah,
going,
that's an insight check. So
yeah,
11.
that's sick.
No idea who this
Ben.
person is.
It's Ven, the head blowy guy. I know you didn't really talk to him like you were, but like,
Remember, you uppercut me because I tried to Eldritch Blast you in a pub?
yeah.
Well, yes, I remember that, but last time you had a flaming head.
Oh, this time it's my arm.
They revived him.
You brought him back.
Yeah, after that thing, I point my flaming hand at the axe. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd take it off the owner. He wasn't needing it anymore.
Oh, so you did kill him.
Yeah. How else do you think
Ah.
I got the axe?
Ah. Fuck.
Guess it's starting
Okay.
again.
Bottom of the pile again, I guess.
Good luck with it anyway.
Ben,
Yeah.
while you're here, I know we don't have so long together, but I wondered if you wanted to, splash around in the river as dolphins again. I remember you really enjoyed it last time.
You know, it's not my head this time. Maybe it'll be better.
No, because he's gonna have one bird flipper and it's just gonna be one bird flipper and one novel flipper.
Nemo!
Let's give it a try, I guess. I'm
I don't
alive.
think I have the spell slots for this anymore, but I would like to do this in the morning.
Just going in circles. One flipper walking up. You're just gonna. I'm sorry, that's broken. Oh, Emma, why did you have to say that? You've absolutely annihilated me. You're just gonna be going in circles. One flipper bird, one flipper no.
Majestic dolphin.
I can only turn left.
I would maybe postpone the river swimming until it's emptied of corpses.
Okay, rain check. But and we defeat Xenodus.
It's a river.
I will say, most of the corpses have gone over the waterfall at this
Yeah,
point.
it's a river, but it empties itself.
That's
And the
Nature-
bottom of the waterfall is not a pretty sight.
The bottom of the waterfall's probably not. No.
No, it doesn't sound. Yeah, let's. Once you defeat the crazy immortal vampire with a demon, then yeah, splashing about in the river as dolphins. Sure.
At this point, the looming shadow you've come to accept as a father figure somewhat appears.
How does he sneak up on everybody?
Practice.
Tara just went, Daddy.
Oh god.
Bang.
So, the guildmasters would like to have a word. If you're free and willing. Maybe clean the dwarf up a little.
I like press
He,
presentation.
while this is happening, grabs an entire loaf of bread,
Mm-hmm.
cuts it in half lengthways, grabs an entire roast joint.
There is no roast here. No one's had time to cook a roast. There is
You did
porridge
porridge.
and gruel.
You can have a porridge sandwich.
No,
No,
Thrungi,
porridge Is there cold meat?
he's hallucinating.
Too much. Too rich.
No, sorry.
Fine.
There's some cheese. There's some very hard cheese.
Okay, he puts the cheese in it with some butter, slaps it together, and takes this entire loaf of bread with cheese inside, and just starts eating it.
I'm
while
imagining
drinking.
Shaggy.
No, not that bad, but
Oh.
Sure.
oh, just out of interest, hold on. No, Thrungi doesn't notice anything strange about Vent.
No,
even
you.
with...
Fair.
If you want, I can sprinkle the cheese with meat flavoring.
If you're going to be using trivial spells, could you clean him?
Yeah.
I could probably do that. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
Take it away, Ben.
Okay.
Takes a second. It doesn't feel natural, but it does fundamentally work. It kind of cooks the blood off you, Thrungi.
Hey, still got it.
Delicious.
Well, if you've had quite enough, care to follow me?
Come in, Ben.
Actually, he can stay here.
Yeah, this seems like a you guys thing.
Do you want some company? My peacock ward here.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
There you go. He is wearing a purple beret.
Oh, you got a new hat.
Yeah,
like
Rambear got him the beret. He had plenty of top hats, and then Rambear got him a beret.
Yeah.
That's
Very
a good
fast.
look.
You are taken through the citadel towards the Guildmaster's chambers, which is a well-appointed chamber, mostly made of wood that seems to have survived any kind of structural damage at all. Inside, the surviving 5 Guildmasters now, there is an empty seat where the burly, grey-skinned orc that you would become somewhat familiar with is noticeably missing. Arrayed around you are Guildmaster Pingun, the gnome sorcerer, Balmont, the Asimir fighter, who arrives just in time, as well as a mid-40s human man, very regimentally kept hair and dress, a silver Dragonborn, and a elven woman, long hair kind of braided together, leathers that are still pretty stained. Balmont rises as you enter. Commander Vidalis informs me that you have been working to prevent this for a long time now. I can only apologise on myself and behalf of the other guildmasters that your efforts have been unnoticed due to the events beneath Stormfang. The gnome stands up, that you know is Guildmaster Pingun. Right now, we are blind. We are wounded. But we are not yet broken. But we need a direction. What do you know? Where best should our attentions be sent?
I'll turn to Balthazar.
From my last contact with the sphere, I still can feel them. They are vaguely southwest from here. What was it? He flew north, didn't he?
That was the collector.
Leaving the castle.
He headed west once he
headed
left
west.
you.
Okay.
And
So
then
he flew west a ways, and then he teleported south. Or, I assume teleported. It was an instant movement.
He has a base in Ashbar Desert, doesn't he?
But, yeah. It's that sort of area.
And what is your personal recommendation at this point? Do you chase him?
We shouldn't fight him on his turf. I have a small hint of where he might go. To do what he wishes to do, he needs to do a ritual to take a lot of light and a lot of green. The last time it happened, they took the Emerald Glade,
Emerald Vale.
Emerald Vale, and turned it into the Ashen Waste. I believe he might wish to do the same to the greenest, most luscious part of this continent, Zerostia.
Aye, that'd be the most logical place to go, as the elf in the leathers speaks up. But we can't exactly put all of our eggs in one basket now, can we?
What we could do is potentially go ahead and warn the Druid circle that lives there. We are familiar with them. And we could go warn them, prepare them, evacuate maybe. At the very least, have a safety precautions.
That seems like an intelligent idea. I'm sure the people of Siristeer would welcome our support and protection. Except, we need time to recover. We need to repair these walls. We need to recover our strengths.
Politely, there is no time to repair the guild when the entire fate of the world is at stake. What point is there in repairing these walls when there will be nothing to protect?
See the elf lean forward. Sometimes you gotta think of the bigger picture. You are right. There is not time to fully prepare the guild. But if we are to welcome the people of Siristeer as you tell them to seek refuge, having a hole in one of our walls is not exactly preferable. So, in the meantime, while our recovering efforts are put to this, we will send out anyone who is willing and able to go to follow similar leads. We will gather others who are left scattered across the continent, and we will send out riders and messengers to the kingdoms of this world, hoping they will once again come to the guild's aid in a time of multiversal crisis. But
We must move quick. He has the spheres. At the moment, he's so powerful anyway. I do not know how long the ritual will take him. Could be days, it could be weeks, could be in the next hour.
do you, Balmont talks up, do you wish to take time to research that further, or head in and hope you can stop it blinder?
We need some time, but we could also... I can sort of scout around using the sense of where the stone is to more accurately pinpoint where Xenodus is. At least keep an eye on him.
You'll know when he leaves the desert, at least. He'll have to leave the desert to do his ritual.
Yeah.
So you'll know at the very least. And we can travel pretty fast, so...
Yeah. We can use magic to communicate his location back as and when he moves.
Well. Okay then. You chase up your leads. Keep in contact with us. We will repair somewhat to prepare for the refugees from Siristir. And as soon as you find a location to direct the bloodied wrath of the guild, you let us know. And the guild will be there to support you. There's a sense that the meeting kind of convenes after a few backs and forths. Vidalis kind of takes you into a corner. Well, didn't think you'd be the one saving the world when I first met you.
I don't think I'll still be alive.
We haven't saved it yet.
To be honest. Well, no, that's true. But I can't think of a luckier bunch of bastards to be trying. I'll be honest. We've used most of our supplies in defense of this place, which didn't exactly succeed. But if you have need of anything right now, I'll do my best to find something.
Fidelis, do not speak little of the guild and what we've done. We have succeeded. They broke one wall, but didn't break us completely. We held out.
As for something possibly you could do for us, out there our companion is waiting. He's recently been resurrected. He's alone and confused, and he could use a friendly face. If he could possibly have shelter here, we'd really appreciate it.
We're going to become a refuge anyway. We might as well start with one. We'll make use of him. By the way, I genuinely thought you were talking about Ram Ram at the start of that sentence.
I did as well.
Only a minute.
And Vidalis, please rescue our goats.
Vidalis, go on a solo mission into the middle of the desert.
Only you can do this.
You're
a Minotaur. He'll follow you.
As that conversation ends, Pingoon, the gnome, comes up to you. You talk that you can travel around quickly. At least as an offering of gratitude for your efforts and saving the commander here. Let me know when you intend to leave. I'll get you to your first destination.
Thank you.
Out of curiosity, does the maps that we have, do they have any sort of grid system on them?
In terms of, do you want latitude and longitude?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, we can say they invented latitude and longitude.
Squares on a map, or some way to reference
It's a hex
places.
grid, actually.
Okay.
The world is
Let's
actually
check that out.
divided weirdly into 5-foot squares. It's very impractical.
Yeah. Now you think about it, like, you swear, you've seen these lines everywhere. Like, every time you're moving, and you never seem to be able to, like, stand on one. You've always got to be in between them.
And like, if you go in diagonals, weirdly, it's just like the same distance.
Yeah.
This is a weird situation with circles and squares, same shit.
Why'd you ask?
Just to be able to relay Xenodus' position if I move from one place to another.
You can definitely give points. You'll have maps with you. You can easily enough do that. Yeah. Oh. You all head back to your rooms to settle down, and I think deservedly begin to take a long rest. You talk a little bit before bed, and decide upon your next course of action. Where you are heading first, if nothing else. Where does that intend to be?
Are we warning the thingy in person in Grove?
Free, Daddy.
Yes.
So many daddies.
Seems like a
Yes.
logical place.
To the Grove.
Circle. Do we have coordinates to teleport there or not?
You have a tree.
The Grove is relatively well known. Like, it's not like it's not on maps. So
I can also. He's right. I can also just get into the tree.
you have an offer of someone teleporting you to save you.
You have the
as well,
option
so
of the
you
tree
can
teleport. Maybe we can save that anyway.
It's up to you.
That's why I'm wondering, do we want to teleport somewhere else first, actually? Last minute shopping spree.
It falls.
Before
Friday.
what's it called? Shopping therapy?
Retail therapy. I think Thrungi wants another tattoo.
Tattoo.
Maybe we get a
I have.
teleport.
I have just found a very interesting work in progress spell that would allow me to give tattoos, not powerful ones, cool ones.
I wrote a work in progress spell that does tattoos. Oh, you're talking about permanency.
I'm talking about permanency.
I was like, what the hell are you on about?
Pretty cool. But I don't think I can give Thrungi tattoos. I
It
can
might
give
be
Faendal
fair.
ones.
Yeah.
It might be very useful to do a quick small shopping spree in Bay Falls. Like potions and stuff.
We have got a lot of money. That's going to be useless to us when we're dead.
I'm not in debt anymore, so I can actually spend it.
While you're having this conversation as to where you're heading, Faendal, in your head, you hear a voice.
Oh,
Master Rundolan, in relation to your recent missive, Lord Constantine would invite you to visit Castle Ebonwood to discuss his erstwhile son.
Was that Emilio?
That was not Emilio.
is
Oh,
that tendency?
That was Lady Isolde.
Ooh.
And I think that is a decent place for us to stop, as
We're gonna go visit the top alley.
you lay your heads down in the middle of the day, taking an additional long rest, and will decide where you are heading when you wake up at sunset. But until then, see you next time.